And this song puts you in a different mood. This song puts you in a different mood. It puts you in a different atmosphere, an atmosphere where you really can feel the presence of God. Because the name Yahweh is a very heavy name to mention. Back in the day, the Israelites could not mention this name Yahweh because it was so sacred, it was so heavy that they could not mention the name Yahweh. It was a name God had given Moses to be referred to him. And so they were afraid to mention that name Yahweh. And so it connotes power, it connotes authority, it connotes the presence of God. Over time, we have used Lord, we have used Adonai, we have used several other descriptives. But that name Yahweh commands the presence of God into whatever atmosphere you may find yourself. And so this morning we are saying Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. The things on our heart, we are saying Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. We are saying take us to our workplaces and bring us back safely, because that name brings the power of God amongst his people. And so we still saying Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh from yesterday even into today, because we know how important that name is. And I pay me more kwaba. Mesi yentonyum ni yenka say Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Ni yenka cho nyankopɔ se wodinya emu oduro, wodinya tumi wo mu, wodinya hode wo mu. Edinya yentimi mbono just anyhow. We command your presence to go with us from our homes to our workplaces, to wherever it is we are going to, and bring us back safely. We command your presence because your presence with us in our offices will offer guidance and protection. We command your presence because we know with you in the boat, every storm that will blow, every wind that will rise, you would rise and say, peace be still. In Tanape, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Minister, for the regular viewers and listeners to the show, you would have noticed the song was repeated today. Nothing wrong with repeating that song. And so that's how come you heard that song this morning. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Me will be a akwaba ebajumidino as medin at the simulation. And a person antia. No my Ghana and what you minute my Ghana who don't see any abetina hanum say and ne ahomachin na enche ACP retired Victor Tando at the road safety tidbits na ebebrem seba a road safety in komo and entity a pardia obi abeja to himself my Ghana mu hanum there ACP ono pe ene eboni din na ene identity no ebro se nya bedu huni no obo ho ban enso so ewo kwa so na yenkote eye insemhia bia anase any bad news bia as to what is happening on our roads area near Jembe de Obakata no artificial no e dia bre omanfo no pay ojumedi no so ye bepemre na ye di social media nkomo modie no so ye de ho nsem abradofo na afa ye di sports update enso so abromanfo ye bedi nkomo na ya chechira adwene efa enra asema ehia sisi di enwo enkomo enra by the time na dwumedi ne ko na wiye no na ye bi say ho say how did we get here? There is something wrong somewhere. Enra, that's how we ended the conversation. Today we'll try and, from a layman's point of view, think of how we got here as a mind. Meaning, at the simulation, yenko na any ACP, any commander pay. Yo, somebody any ACP retired Victor Tando in commander pay on fire road safety tidbits na ACP and a place with Eja Yamakwaba.
Major this year.
Na impom to say an pay.
Yamia dum boss patchoy.
I see. Yo, an pay there. You be shame be. You know nam.
Yo, Midwasi. With my form more happy FM, Momo. Anybody but Pam, ye simony so. Semobidi, Edia Boa, Momai. Or don't forget, Cosoran come home. Uncle so entinenu so enchiremo. Eti for mutage medi and pay mamunyana chin mama chia dishi. I don't be said media case so our happy FM 98.9. Na pay any idea Bema Sami Eshon boss on a oti edremo. My body to the money Benny Gilbert, Justice Knighty, Isaac Adey, Sefa Dankwa, Raymond Nyamado, Eura Fatishaibu Ali, Pastor Thomas, and Director Kwame Dempty. Software they means only the near Mamma Patchy me a song with him to 29 to 3 and sa. I said the one knew him DNA Papa Bintra Ayatom. Sadum DNA many retired cruciform people me and church and one of pay salute and one of pay Say by His grace, say we are alive. For the Amiase, Penny Dentra, only until about was more than so many sucra and much no pay. If you are to say, I mean, come home. Opening Obri, Men's Asaba Hall, Senior Tutors Office opening. I salute you this morning. May God bless you. Until then, I also had a bracket, only Dr. Scassim in a Mamunina Chiano pay. Sana Minchia, Abrewa Abranti, Bobuashi, only Uyene, Mofreni Nara. Penigati, only Urakwa, Mosinamo Ubashi, Michiamun Sinara, and then come on. It was a father channel pay, yet that swallow, Igna Yakwa, Sunin, Sula, turning a keka, and the casa, Empaki, Nanona, boss, Sami Shon, Edibi, Etuda, ye apitra, and Quantano sonum, and me mamma Nico, PSA, saying, Cassin be Ederson Cisco. I feel the double park and there's a no Brazil. Pure regime say to be divisional police commander on any MTT, the phone be 2-1 among Omashe. In your uncle, I say, I quit him. Bridge is Ashimota overhead bridge in Ocean Hall. And so, and Tinanka, I feel the Eka, I said, Frasibu, and just Tessano. Tesano Division MTTD commander on any crop for Muntu Hosa, Muntusa, Sansa Hono, Aya, I or how. Okwa casting PPC, when I can see any Ketwina, I just bring in a swafa, or they call bringing a sinara. And me or shim, say, Prince MTT commander or Tessanon. But one almost yet to my papa. Prince for you and chronic a bedding, a my priest for Yana saying. Sony simple nsuo kura pitin money idea nyina no no mo modern ena ebi so pese adwuma no koso ye din edema wo I say the pan munya wo a mo memra enye adwuma na omunsua bibi efrim afa nsuo na efrase eto no so ede no ma bi so aba eto be ne gote ya ye ma na buafa so enti nsuo no nya atwa na begya nya bebrewum we say omo etiti mantem ho no ebinim to ho ache dwuma no makutu na tie nyina na de egu gota no konkon so edigu konkon so ya esen kinye ka bi ne besa egu ono mo na no so akoye ohaw akoye obstruction to other road users but na so nto na sa atwanwen egu kan egu gota no bi enti we empanifo yesro madawroma omoma omoni enko ho afi mfi onu frase se tuto no nwura lọrụ kwa no ho unam ho kura wu gota nso no ho nyina fu gota no ho nyina fufu wo ani tira na mesese nsi otopia enkokwa no ho pii wan hwi akoto gota bisa se nwura no wu ma wu gota ni ye je sempelfo assemblyfo no assembly assemblyfo na adwuma pa say district say municipal ayo madwuma omonhwe monhwe na sa enomani nyina nwura na jigo ekwano mu nyina no omehwe wokọ ehimfa samankasi owu na sohum kwan so ekwano hu nyina nwura no oda kwaso nyinara obehu se na meken na wodi fi wutu ho no mode fa kwan se wodi konyako anase konyako no ho kwan de ne ene dogo ne nyina no yesre ese kwan ho da ho se ni nsuo no to a ebenye baabi afa se ni nsuo no to a ne drabini nam kwan so behu se ahade bibi mpori na se mikogira nchen kakra ebepua me ne nyina no etime bua ya kwanhia na sane nketenkete efi yakwa so therefore baabi a pempenso a ye kwa na ye dro no de ye san ye sibio ye nyina na so bia ye ne fam die ne ye de bua ne ho sa kwanhia na sane ano ebebrase sanse yenim akwanhia ene ho nsinso anso a ede brayen yenim pa ohawa teachre yenim enti bi biara yebenyi ebetimi aye ne de aboa ne abra kwanhia na sane no anu ase no mamom ye ntoto ase momye somu ye som ne fanya tuma ne ye de sie tuma ebekọ ye nyinara usafo ade a tie bia aso na pe hini ye kro bre mekoso aso ne se emiriketu yen tu boase e bisa ho overtaking omienko due process hwɛ sɛ kwan no yɛ tee wo anim tee afei hwɛ sɛ obi nsan wo ho wɔyi wo trafficator ɛne ne nyinaa no ɛtumi ɛboa ɛsɛ yɛnyɛ ne saa na ɛbɛ wo sɛ wosan ho na wokaa tumi kɛnti yɛbi ne nyinaa tumi de ɔhaw de ba ɔdɔfoɔ gye nka ho abusuafo no tiefoɔ na adwuma pɛ biara a ɛsi mu biara ne si no de no agya no ma no nyɛ atom ne nhyira ɛmfa ma yɛn
ACP anɔpɛ yɛbɛda ase for a road safety tidbit ade abrɛ anɔpɛ ɛwɔdwumadi no sɛ yɛbɛtoa so na yɛde headlines on the newspapers na abrɛ adɔfoɔ. And you're welcome back to the Happy Morning Show live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM, live on Nisim 95.9 and at 100.1. I'm hoping to anopay when you share CSL when you share bomono. You've gotten some inspiration, some motivations to start your morning right. Meaning at this simulation. Minianum and Kitwa Ramon Yamado and Samo Sifat Dankwa and a Dijimidin Ebrewo. Now, and I had to be emphatic to say Seminianum and Kitwa because back when I see a team, papa, you'll be a piano. What tea? Sifa here. Now,
I don't know if I know so things.
What kind of Bible? I remember before now, Bako Eba, we are the. On could draw him with his own honor as in chim. It be an oniano, boy, you know.
In chim, yeah, too.
Ramon, it's on the pay.
So I mean, I don't pay me by, you know. I come in peace.
Yeah.
And then my imagine say, me casa bebre.
Oh, sir.
Casa bebre. So casa tintin top on.
As I know, me and because I'm in casa bebre. Now me these are 5 questions. I'm say, those on casa bebre imponi.
Mama, me fan check say enkoma Fatisha Bali.
Oh yeah.
Be a Fatisha Bali will be an on a permit. Just a little reminder, said in our town in Besso. I had the town of Besso.
Sifa, I said to me, Bompa, Cassia Mano, because no home fan. Oceano pay prayers. Into Bompa.
And there's so funny as I walk.
Yeah, or say morning show near Bompa.
Morning show team, the crew.
I have a vampire.
Here we are. If I could come with you and solve fatty problems, yeah, but I know how to solve this problem. It is not a matter of prayers. No. It is a matter of His Excellency the President hearing the plea and cry of Fatis 300K matter.
No, we wish you white pepper.
No,
300K. The China and I said,
in support of a wedding cost.
Accountability.
Of course, you support. Na say your mom one yet to say and tear by say
so said the man can once.
Ever become
baby. What it said the man can once, Mr. You. One fine Nantiano pay, Ramon. Fire call.
The Chronicle and Opese. 1,125 rounds of ammo stolen from Osu Castle. Informant turns suspect enters ammo room through window. We a big story our front page of the Chronicle. Thumbs up for Exim Bank for supporting exporters. Kojo Ponkruma inspecting some of the products. And Fidelity Bank staff caught for illegally withdrawing 476,000 Ghana cedis from customers' account. So far, no account. No account. No account. 476,000 Ghana cedis withdrawn from customers.
It is Kano 4.76 billion. 4.76 billion. Not just a pay and 9 a report a duosun insia.
A report near there.
As it is this year,
a report. So a boy dot.
Point. 76.
I said, Chairman, I want to maybe not the coach. Go away. You have no case. Wait, a big story on the page. Chronicle, Ediaba. Go away. You have no case.
Sana Supreme Court can.
Asana paper no dey aba. Say name na make. To wait ni asema paper no dey aba na o say Justice Abdullahi the verdict no na 9-0. 9-0
From 7-0 to 9-0.
So wakoje 2 extra goals account.
No wonder.
When the stories are chronicled, they will not pay.
Daily Guide double crater and infant so deputy speakers can vote. SC insists. Story number page number 3 of Daily Guide double crater and fresh trouble for bullion van robbers. Page number 3 of Daily Guide double crater and begin start story now. I know nothing about tested lethal opening witness. Boga MP's trial to proceed. Mahama proves Bahumia right in US. Obo era a Daily Guide obo kratanum ene anopaya. Some other stories a bit me who akenkan ewumu ebini. Ivory Coast seizes record 2 tons of cocaine. And also Elon Musk strikes deal to buy Twitter for $44 billion. Other stories in the utility tariffs to go up in July. I'm saying boss and when him say name you know shame. Yeah, my main sentiment utility tariffs to go up in July
Because of what?
Yantoba say me bad story.
Okay.
When Dr. Ismailaka, on the executive secretary for PURC. Oh, many those times I was ASAP say you know it did jump up.
What's it? Can story them?
Utility tariffs to go up in July.
Because of what?
Oh, Raymond. You both phone men no home kwan. These are
Sami Eshan only like 5 days. Utility tariffs were co-op, sister.
But was why 5 CPP national executives arrested. Lands Ministry receives report on Bulgarian embassy land case. 2 armed robbers, 2 arrested rather over Zakoli killings. Savligu rape suspect arrested. And other stories. You see, civil servants disqualified from NPP race. And also a story, a Daily Guide, double crater and when I pay off far. Ubit me who any be a king kind ewo.
Yo, Yenfa Daily Graphic into us on the pay Usha front page or more at the trainees being funny at 200 man. Or more a part of the city response team. Our more display or more skills. Or the city response team passes out. Deputy speakers can vote and no on the Supreme Court throws out review application. PAC refers 100 institutions to police for procurement law breaches and no other stories quite anymore. Looks like my voice never say President Akufo-Addo signs book of condolence for Mwai Kibaki and no honum. Other stories that Raymond Famiko.
I don't pay Sikasha.
Yeah, at least 10K
a money problem. Ghanaian Times, I don't pay say Deputy Speaker's right to vote. Supreme Court tosses review application, declines to overturn verdict. Way a big story over front page of the Ghanaian Times. Professor Atu Duncan urges world leaders to dialogue, mediate to end Russia-Ukraine war. Ghana's revenue and grants to increase by 37%. Rand Merchant Bank projects. Information Minister applauds Exim Bank for extending support to young exporters. Ghana National Fire Service investigates Oprah Square fire outbreak. Nina Air Stories are Public Accounts Committee, Attorney General to prosecute offenders of procurement procedures. Na Defense Kim Jong-un vows to ramp up nuclear weapons. Nina Air Sama Ghanaian Times their ban pay feature. I will paper no man pay na feature no asema or the bar NSA. Is selling on the streets of Ghana a necessary evil? No question na omubisa anopay. Nana Opoku-Agyeman, NDC replaced teacher trainee allowance with loans. Malaria cases decreasing at Prestia Uni Valley hospitals. Na otaso ewo paper noma. Government seeks discounted cement price for affordable housing project. Squatters on Tema Motorway Road reservation asked to vacate by May 1. Nenyina eyensema paper no ediaba. President pays tribute to late Kenyan President Moi Kibaki. And other stories are paper no ediaba no pay. Or say IMF forecasts Ghana's debt to GDP ratio of 84.6% in 2022. Tough reforms needed to support Africa's economic recovery. Second Deputy Governor, Miss Elsie Awaji, and this assembly atuja. And Ethiopian Airlines signs MOU with 2 organizations on maintenance services. When you know stories are anope offer the Ghanaian Times are obetumi akan.
The new crusading guide, Double Kratano, and yede air twaso banner headline. Nana Akomia tells NPP, Bawumia Alan ticket best bet for victory in 2024. Upon Nkrumah comments Exim Bank's Young Exporters Support Cable. Accra City Response Team pass out. Doomsor wishers are wishful thinkers. And a group inducts Dr. Samuel Owusu into Gadangbe State Council. When stories are offered the new crusading guide, Double Krata and Opaya Bitmia Huna Wakinkai Ewumo.
Daily Statesman and Etwaso, Deputy Speaker voting rights settled. Supreme Court throws out review application. Ghana Health Service, don't ignore face masks completely. I know a story a war Kratano and Nana Akomia, Bawumia, Alan ticket is MPP's surest bet. I know and upon Nkrumah Lord Exim Bank's support for young exporters. We any stories are pay the Daily Statesman and
Andy Kankam at the informer about pay na offer informer stories a front page or say TUC's do or die demand will kill businesses, employers warn. On challenges of economy, Mahama eats humble pie, concedes COVID pandemic is a factor. When you know stories are a front page of the informer. Win civil service of governments, IDEC, and all this assembly aba na sami we one of the best suggestions.
I don't stand alone.
What you might say? I say win civil service of governments. Very nice way aba. Making Accra cleaner city in Africa. Response team pass out as Operation Clean Your Frontage comes alive. Sami. Sami.
Yeah.
Sami.
Yes, sir.
No comments. When stories are not paying informer, Diaba.
Ghanaian publisher Double Krata and Fantuaso. $350 million building materials imported annually as an subwache and all this assembly air to a job. Akomia hence Bawumia land ticket for 2024. Upon Nkrumah comments Exim Bank for supporting exporters. Goyle donates beds to 37 military hospital. Ministers warn Operation Clean Your Frontage trainees. When some of the stories are offered the Ghanaian publisher Double Krata and then Opea Bitmia Huna Wakinkai.
Yes, the finder and Etwaso, the finder one more front page story. GPHA posts 112.67 million Ghana cedis net profit in 2020, a 39.41% drop compared to 185.95 million in 2019. Spent 21.06 million on corporate social responsibility. Food and energy price shocks from Ukraine war could last for years. World Bank and Ekasa fuel station manager jailed 120 months for stealing 398,000 Ghana cedis. Wow. Fuel station manager jailed 120 months for stealing 398,000 Ghana cedis.
That's a one required deposits.
So that's a huge amount.
She said bet be man. Oh, Sammy.
So bet.
Yeah, what did you bet?
Oh, Sammy.
He stole it.
No, I think there was a time
Page 6.
attendance be that was in the Volta region.
Or
this kind of
kucha bet
na me bisa say we so bet be mu ana because abanes ana because ustili sa sika na ebia o investing into BB ebia o sit down wo BB na say enya sadia and the odoko share gambling mu ana sami enya sa wo okay what sami share
enya ho enfa gotcha o de etwa na nu
nti stories are all no ebini
but I mean
yes sir
you see they be America bet assemble ya o e mo say agro na yedi so I mean o share the proliferation of betting companies e okroma now share say na youth no na say omo de omo ho agi betting mo no it even goes beyond the youth penyu for kokra for nyina na na mo bi
yeah
now o share how it's eating into your moral fiber now so I mean a ticking time bomb. I'm telling you, a ticking time bomb. Betting is insane. Then
is that
no? You see,
your position?
It's becoming no. You see, I mean, it's becoming a psychological problem. Am I youth? Any or more engaging in betting? You know?
Do you know the number of people? Do you know the number of people who are being saved?
So I mean,
as a result of betting,
some are being saved. Most are wallowing in pain and wallowing in poverty because of continuous engagement in betting.
Look,
I mean a problem.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
A canker.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there are people who manage to commute wherever they live, Biano, to wherever they work, Biano. Transport, fuel. Kofu bi honum ko mo dem no manyina betting on toy
sir
yes. Oh me there is a Mama can't say
how many
there is a guy
how many of them
nti how dem man ko
Sammy me say betting is making more people poor
so utie NLA what mo say anything to do with gambling Biano do it responsibly
yes
but the NLA always asks that do it responsibly.
Responsibly or irresponsibly? It is making people poor.
No.
Well, I don't know.
It's making more people poor.
I don't know whether you have any data to back the claims.
More data.
I disagree.
Oh, data.
More data.
To back those claims.
You see?
But there is, to buttress your point, there is even a guy in our area. It is when the other time, Koiska.
Yeah.
And Tom was telling me, hey, Charlie, I'll call you a debate about a GVN. So it tells you of,
You see, the earlier we decode the minds of people, say betting, and the better.
Betting ya the panga, betting ya the panga, yeah, free because the Ghana Gaming Commission has been established by law. And I don't know how these betting companies.
Betting and the power.
Then we should as well do away with a national
no, you see, it's a choice. But I'm saying that.
Yes. Then we should do away with it.
Then we should do away with it.
Osha Sena, yeah, adverts. Say drinking. And I say, to me, advert, I just said 6 p.m.
Yeah, after 6 p.m.
Betting, no. I said to me, Shemrabi, Ebia cannot want advertising pool. I'm telling you. You don't even have to advertise it at all. Because I mean, continuous advertisement of betting. A lot more people onto the scheme. And some people know mobile. A lot more of them are losing them. Opa, I mean, the young BBR, baby phone lines now.
Now, Opa also could be some betting companies. How much
they are also losing.
They are losing. Sammy, go and ask the betting companies.
They are not losing, no.
Go and ask.
Sammy, they are not losing, no.
Have you not seen the betting company? One more. Are you small boy? Be a the bet. My friend is saying, why are the tallest slip on?
They say they are not losing.
You betting companies or more. Among for do more betting companies. They could not pay the claims.
You have to ask what o the mekano yo. Then Kusita and opese.
Is there a phone ekuta now the ekuta no dey then. iPhone for you
Then Kusita and opese red alert. Land guards defeat police. You know a big story when Kusita front page. Stop press. Napo on hit list. Charges against Opuni were concocted. Witness and this assembly atuja. Electrochem passed for license. Minerals Commission and on this assembly aba. Stop erecting structures on fire hydrants. Fire service cautions Ghanaians. So I mean, should they be cautioning us, or they should be removing those structures from their fire hydrants?
Good point.
Republic Press, the Democrat and Infantois, the Deputy Speaker can vote. Supreme Court throws out review application. Residents of Adzibui beg for health workers. Coming to Ghana was a mistake. Evacuated students from Ukraine lament. Why are you worried about our goalkeeper? Sampiyali asks MPP. Insists Mahama will be NDC's flag bearer for the 2024 general elections. Nana Akumia roots for Baumia Alan ticket. Aigbe Manchester, Liverpool, Connecticut Street Spite, Tongo, Germany residents. But EPL fans welcome names.
Aigbe Manchester, Liverpool.
Would an Alan, would an Baumia Alan ticket fly? Is it a combination that's workable?
That's what Nana Akumia.
It'll be a very difficult task, uphill task.
One number one.
Who's going for the number 2?
I said, yeah, they can say
somebody who has contested the sitting president a couple of times.
I said, yeah, me on about
in the MPP, we all know that hierarchy is important. And suddenly, the honorable running mate. The person who became president, I am now vice president, you know. My contestant, at some point, he had to make some concessions. Now Vice President Zuzaka say, me, you are my minister. You are my minister for trade. Now, as we speak. When you go for meetings, I supervise all your activities. Me means Koswa vice. Now, my minister, no. Be president. Oh, my brother. Unless the Holy Ghost now,
just a pen and fire.
It will be very difficult.
The Holy Ghost. Now, okay. Who's street name you there?
Me. Me street name.
Who's street name you there?
Calvary Street.
Calvary Street. Me street name near Rosewood. Rosewood Street. Do you have report? Now, Oko Germany. Elvotary.
Germany.
Elvotary.
Yeah.
Street names maybe a Manchester. Liverpool. Connecticut. Says a honor. I see a new crew for in those areas.
Until we just Santiago.
Thank you. And there were a Shaman Lebanon, a Shaman Russia.
You go.
And
I don't probably say,
good. Go.
The custodian newspaper front page and pay. Mahama is bad news for NDC 2024 agenda. Activists be Enna Ekasa. Akufo-Addo eulogizes Mwai Kibaki and Honum. Operation Clean Your Frontage, police pass out. Upon Nkrumah Lord's Exim Bank for supporting young exporters. Gwel gives birth to 37 military hospital. And three stories are Anapay. Oshe the custodian newspaper Obihu Anapay.
Maybe the answer.
Also the answer. Okay, Yamboshi na Yanko website never stories no ebi embre adofo Anapay. Na okwa your website at www.happyghana.com. Stories all no ebi enia. Also betimi do any ediachi na working kind ebi na also ebia so wadwin chebia also watch the wadwin afa sa stories we say na stories no ebi any. Planting for food and jobs has failed monumentally. NDC4 and Ekasa proved Mahama wrong with audited report on COVID-19 relief funds. NDC dares government. It is a curse staying on certain parcels of land. Dr. Saba and Ekasa take permission from the gods for every land before using it. Traditional Dr. B and Ekasa said no.
Gods when?
The gods of the land.
Oh, Ghana.
Yeah. We are not against students doing business. KNUST management and Ekasa University students are immature. Pay fees yourself. KNUST management to air parents. Other stories and so AB any and pay after protocol on e-commerce must work for Africa's micro enterprises and no L1 ma for a bit making can be and pay.
CityNewsroom.com and say neutrality allowance contravenes civil service principles. Franklin Kujo. Neutrality allowance problematic. It must be reviewed. Austin Game. Now, Sami, neutrality allowance.
Almost say they started the entire conversation somewhere in 2019. Now, omoni abano eko benkrumu se esan se womunya kwenya nkonko ya amanyo se me na offer newspaper na one of the newspapers say reported say in the Ashanti region one of the candidates or na adwin so kwa kujina mu apɛ dibre for MPP no because a civil servant nti omujina so disqualify no eno nti okay
sa nipa na so person ko dipus no say it is quite clear say o person ko pre DBS ana for ujuma to ho sana opinion we Edward Bauer
yeah
so no civil servant or did you make the note of course mebo say police Mr. Tobu or did you make the note so the Lord allows you to fatu hone koye the person koye
yeah
nti why are we trying to compensate them sort of with this neutrality allowance we there me dream one mentia see that
in Enra and it wasn't just about the neutrality allowance. Enra yene head of local government services Dr. Atwata Edin Komo and ochiremo ka say that particular tagging no and problematic because clocks are by no they brought a plethora of issues on pese omo any government ditiminya omo kobenkrumu ho to improve their conditions of service. Now, what omontiasia no, ntiasia ama no within the public space was how they tagged the entire conversation. Say a neutrality allowance in now government has agreed. Yes, government has agreed to pay Clocksack those neutrality allowances, but NSCC it will be. I think the fourth quarter or the third quarter
must be shut down. Some neutrality allowance and now whatever is in that particular document, they say shooting it down.
Others are also arguing say, there are other unions.
Yes.
Public service workers.
Soldiers need police. Omuji neutrality allowance. But some weird human.
I don't know what is on their pay slips.
Oh, Sammy, me say. Is government aware, say, when public services and our public institutions in Yamano, omu coffee, demands are, omu expenditure no cost.
Of course, any day.
And government is the same person complaining, say, omu kitchen and sense no, a memo, and now opening Yama way so.
But civil society organizations are making suggestions. Into
time I discuss it.
COVID-19 cases going down, but don't let down your guard. Patrick Kuma Bwaji, and all this same way Abba. It's easier said than done. Mpieni Pupu's Alan Bawumia ticket proposal. Sami, I'm ticket in Babio. Alan Bawumia ticket best pair for NPP in 2024. Saminipa Nana Kumia and all this same way to that. I mean, interesting, you know, intelligent choice. Just to make sure, say, you see, for peace sake, you are peace both sides. What do I say? Intelligence, but it is not feasible. NDC not the best solution to present challenges. NPP is capable. Yao Babi and Samoa. Otuaso El House sole inquiry into demolition of Bulgarian embassy property report. Present report to Lands Ministry. Sorry. Former teaching assistant contradicts KNUST lecturer's claim on wife's disappearance. Ghana Water Company Limited cuts water supply to 13 illegally connected pipelines at Medina. We did our best, but Supreme Court decided otherwise. Justice Abdullahi on dismissal of review application. Supreme Court slams Justice Abdullahi over media interviews on his review application. Now, our final story, Wahane say, review application of judgment on Deputy Speaker's voting rights dismissed. Nenina Ayensema, okocitynewsroom.com and Opea Obetume Akai.
Google News, Yanfantoaso. I am immune to Brofu Ben.
Factory
Raymond Brofu Ben.
Oh, sorry. Minimum. Minimum say Lagati.
Lagato. Lagato. That one Lagato.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Drew. I'm into Lagato and Pepper. Franklin Kujo Parish threats by Clocksack. NPP will restore economy and win 2024. Polls. John Body reacts to IU report. Current economic conditions 10 times worse. How is Mahama going to manage the economy? Political scientist Bino Disasimiatuja. Public Accounts Committee refers 100 institutions to police for procurement law breaches, and also will be guided by election 2024. Aspiring NPP Secretary Charles Kobina to delegate. Death to malaria decreasing, but hospitals still record high cases. Dr. Malm and Ekasasenwe, Cybersecurity Authority and Association of Bankers collaborate to secure digital ecosystem. Nagrat GMA back calls for 19% salary increment. Bullion van robbery. Accused persons are in their 18th month probation. Prosecution and audit Sasim we air to the government should have left us in Europe. Returned Ukraine students. And also Sasim we deputy speakers can vote. Supreme Court throws out review application. The Emily-Chat 2021 country report on human rights showed depressing and grim findings about Ghana. Honorable Okucheto Ablakwa and Aoka Sasemwe.
Yo, twaso na the international news and the twaso ohwe CNN and past stories no ebi any video shows Russian military on streets strewn with bodies and new drone video geolocated and confirmed by CNN shows Russian military vehicles and forces on a Bucha street strewn with civilian bodies. Russia to shut off gas supplies to Poland and Bulgaria. And scores flee ahead of Russia's sham independence vote. And Oman for a bit me, I can be a major recession is coming. Deutsche Bank warns. And Singapore executes intellectually disabled man for drug trafficking after rejecting appeal. And also the big winner on Elon Musk's Twitter deal. And also and a Chinese teachers among 4 killed in Pakistan University blast. And also among for a bit me I can kind a be final story. Beijing tests 20 million residents and fast and amid fast and furious Omicron outbreak. Into a stories are and a CNN at the Abraham.
BBC.com and a say Russia threatening to halt gas supplies. Poland and others assembly about. Poland says it will manage without Russian gas. Symbol of Russian-Ukrainian friendship destroyed. Singapore executes man with low IQ on drugs charges. Gaza farmer finds 4,500-year-old statue of goddess. BBC.com. Myanmar military court jails Suu Kyi for corruption. Colombia sees 52 activists killed in 3 months. Kashmir kebab seller image wins food photo contest. Na Otaso Elhao say Beijing condemns Pakistan blast, killing China tutors. And our final story Waha say North Korea showcases banned missiles. And see we stories at BBC.com there by North Korea.
I say okay since Nipana and Miraphobia. Omaje oyo military apparel no mu gina ho no mu bomb se na ma na se ni fio chichire no bi
No, you see, that's what we lack as a nation.
Yeah.
You may sit here and describe all that happens in North Korea, in South Korea, in China, as communist propaganda and all of that. But in the end, their systems are working.
Yeah,
we may sit here and talk about the human rights abuses in Rwanda, but in the end, the systems are working. We may sit here and talk about how Libya was being run by Muammar Gaddafi, but it was working. Fidel Castro, Cuba was working.
Yeah.
Today, look, with all the, excuse my language, I wouldn't use the word, let me not even use the word in the first place. All that Putin is doing, Russia
is still working.
It's still working. So let's not kid ourselves about certain things,
Nigeria conducts mass burial for victims of illegal refinery explosion. 2 million children at risk of starvation in the Horn of Africa. UN AIDS chief Enedisa Semuyatuja. Ethiopian soldiers seek asylum in Sudan, fear returning home due to Tigrayan ethnicity. Second Ebola patient dies in northwestern Congo. World Health Organization Enedisa Semuyatuja. Tunisia detains crew of ship that sank off its coasts this month. Park Rangers enter fray in West Africa's battle with militants. Sudan releases prominent opposition figure. Death toll in migrant boat disaster of Tunisia rises to 20. We need some of the stories are Oko rioters in an opera bit me na wetimi akinkan, but they tried to say at least one killed in an attack in North Benin police station. And also a story ADA him all rioters in an opera.
Yo, yentwaso na infa weather updating bre o man fa no pay happy morning shows na me encourage you sempacho bebohwi na so no wako Facebook, Twitter, any Instagram obetimi follow conversation no now the thoughts no e dey abrem na ohwe Ghana Meteo for one more updates now say early morning cloudiness will clear to mostly sunny conditions as the day unfolds. There is a possibility of thunderstorms or rain over parts of the country later in the afternoon into the evening. Aflao, Accra, Kaswa, Cape Coast, Takoradi, Axim, Ho, Kufuor will experience a cloudy morning with temperature around 25 degrees Celsius. Thunderstorms and rains are expected for the afternoon with temperature around 32 degrees Celsius. Same would remain for the evening with temperature around 28 degrees Celsius. For Tamale, Yendi, Bole Bamboy, Damango, Bogatanga, Naleugu, Enewa, it will be partly cloudy this morning. Lowest temperature will be around 25 degrees Celsius. Intermittent sunny moments are expected for the afternoon with temperature around 39 degrees Celsius. And you may it will be partly cloudy with temperature around 27 degrees Celsius. Into any weather update, ibitimi at the abre adofo anope.
Yentwaso na yenkonkofa COVID-19 update no emfamre ahefo ene tiefo on a happy morning show ene anope dia na yehwe in active cases here cases are recording in new all active cases now as CIA jana 43 active cases. New cases are recording no mako enkron 9 mako enkron. Deaths 1,445. Recoveries and discharge 159,669. 159,669. Confirmed cases in 161,157. Inti COVID-19 said ye tear my Ghana mono. Sa pepe and Ghana Health Service they are able to just say and found say our active cases and I say new cases are recording our form. We should still be on our guard. And yeah, I also now to me at the ball home band more than say over to me na what they are born home band from dear no. Na ye twaso dia na ene yenko social media trend. Say big sam me akwenya big sam me akwenya. O me akwenya dia na yenko. Mabunu ya omu free Ukraine baye ntokwai esi ya na omu pepro mu ho so aban Ghana aban ne de na uye mitie ebinom ne BBC kasaye BBC kasaye ebinom ne African News kasaye amajeze omusu nisu atata omu eni yenye obia ma ne mehwe yen Ghana aban de na uye na Ghana aban bon ho moden e no kofa Ghana fo mai every Ukraine Edio mo babe dru Ghana man yi mu ama no ye bo aban abaso ase o aban ayade abusua na nkoda efiri mu so oh aban se wa kwa nkofo ye meya mark yinim de beto mu enei won betro man mu ebusumi mienu enene mrante ne maba wa se ense den twaye ma om kebe ya enka ban ko zenga oja mo nenu na iba Ghana for some more can ni say comfort say it's not late, they can go back. Daniel I say this is an embarrassment to Ghana and the economic gurus and saviors of Ghana. Nana I say you ain't seen nothing yet, we warned you but you didn't listen. Don I say that because they all came home empty-handed with nothing to offer. Families are insulting them up and down. After all, the money they have wasted. Power, I say, why do you run from bomb and fall into fire? Hassan, I say, they should write to Ablakwa. Julius, I say, so then, they should go back and get bombed by Putin. No, and in some Ghana will be air can bra. Suku for one more case on bar or my mon, Bibian said that in Chay and Famo. Yanko sports mukakra. Yanko sports mukakra. Na coach Kosiapia, or no, coach here, Black Stars that. And Walker said, I won't advise anyone to coach Black Stars. The pressure can kill you. Also, Black Stars coaching a job, no. Pressure won't papa. Pressure won't. Na, as I me, what kind of. Osi Kwesi added that while thinking about tactics he would deploy for a game, he also had to deal with pressure from the Ghana Football Association and player agencies. Not just say, oh, bro, what do you want to be so beating me a winning match? No, not GFA, any player agents, the pressure, goodness so. No, this answer will be two Jan and a man for some more can you? Obi say, just look at him. Football comes with pressure, and it is everywhere. You don't joke with people's hearts and expect an applause. For the abufu emoji and a so. Daniel, or say, Ekra, we've sacked you. Don't use pressure to talk nonsense. And this World Cup, Uko Kwaso, or then the Mohammed, I say, I can feel his pain and anxiety. Yaba, or say the pressure can kill you and the money can make you good. Don't talk only about the pressure, but the dollars too. Ono dia, what they buy and abena, or say, a guy, oh. Big Sam with there. Said the bear. I have one year for betting them my back as indeed. And can direct a video know how they fashion mommy. Sima Bakope. Broken heart. Broken heart. Hey, my name is a Emran Tena Moban Munya broken heart. It's one musun as inside the Abia. Mabusi and Nibia free mo. You. Nene oko social media.
I think so.
Abna. Oh, Abranti. Yeah, who do you know? Who do you know?
Honey child.
Na emu amuhe TV ni de mu tie radio ni de mu tie sa brand TV tie mu abana na je se ne alanga jua ni chochoro mu choba ko no ho a friend abana wo de red card amano se crash mintimi no na ntibio enti ko ba bi na me so me come ba bi eno na be men wo dwen ho a won tie ase wo si obekunu no obi obekunu ho no ofa akonya na no ada fam no de atono so ewe ena beto dwen Ghana for wo mozi yen kasa ho Kwabena was I know when the relationship was fresh. You were singing Abena by King Promise on your WhatsApp status. Wonku dia wonku says I need the mean to me and pay. Usman also upon all the struggle we go through for this country, yet these girls will still break our heart on top of it. Hey, Asemben Kureni Kumi also dear Abena, the sisterhood is proud of you. John, no, I say broken heart must Spider-Man. Rachel say a man down. I repeat, a man down. Arab, I say give your heart to Christ. You say you give up now. You see your life now. Now you turn Spider-Man. Hey, can I say by now Abna is busy chilling with her new catch. Gideon, I say all men, do you read Black Hawk Down? I repeat, Black Hawk Down. All hawks proceed with Plan B. Code name, White Angel. Good luck.
Plan B near there.
And the onungwa bit be territory.
Plan B na revenge.
Praise calling 193 emergency. One brother is down. We need social media trends that not pay. I have one here too.
But was this not staged?
I'm surprised.
I don't think it's
because now Obia Ubeku na watamakunya na wada for na dia to.
Sam, when you broken heart there.
Yeah, when you broken heart, man.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, when you broken heart, man.
Oh, I see.
When you broken heart, man.
I see. Yeah, no, na. Yeah, Uncle I'm at FM HBK.
First,
HBK.
Code name.
Code name.
Thank you.
What you say? HBK.
I said just say.
Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah,
Tiranum say no. My fellow man say we feel. Madam, when Obaneka say, I didn't know we had broken up. So me, I broken up with you in my mind. To the father can.
But come to think of it, the world has really changed too. The world has really changed.
Oh, yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
Today, you only have to tell a lady, I like you. That's it. It ends there. You don't have to move to the next level of saying, I love you too. Communicate what you want to say. Back in the day, we share again now, we're doing common so I like you. Oh, but we're already friends, so what do you mean by you like
You like me?
I mean, I don't know how to know because the rest you can't see the rest. But yeah, I mean. Now, Utiminya just say this is what you want to say. So I catch you. So I'll think about it. And only 3 years.
Over some see and the game na assistant. See a game na assistant.
Uno.
I think about
Only
it.
this year, campus. I am do pram. Because okay, mistake now push it further. Response is very negative. Just so janity.
Ezana, why steady? Only kaza.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, but
the world has really transformed.
Yeah,
The world has really transformed. It's really transformed.
But heartbreak in India. Enjoy it.
Well, Yentwaso na Yetwaso.
Sami, I no pay PRC the Asemaba.
Oh, come on, me Accra City response team here.
What are your response team now, Yanko?
Page 16, on the Man TV picture at 200. Now, Aquari see who na problem about Aquari.
Yeah.
Problem ever.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, problem ever.
We
Kokono. Who na problem ever. So because a problem about what you say. Good. The first batch of the 3,500 member city response team who will be deployed across the Greater Accra region to enforce bylaws on sanitation and discipline has passed out in Accra. The 867 recruits will assist the 29 metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies in the region, as well as the security agencies in the areas of traffic management and education on waste management practices, and ensure discipline in respect of selling and parking at unauthorized areas within the assemblies, especially in the central business district of the capital. The team will also support the enforcement of bylaws on the cleaning and greening of frontages under the Operation Clean Your Frontage campaign. The campaign seeks to make it obligatory for all owners of residential and private properties to public institutions and the citizenry to be responsible for the cleaning and greening of their frontages as well as open spaces around their properties. Until we any story, no, I believe say Operation Clean Your Frontage, that we all know about it already. It's just the bit about the passing out of these cadets, let me put it that way, and I bet the new thing added. For me, it's good news that we would have people beef up the job that the Ghana Police and the AMA and other municipal assembly task forces have been doing. I'm just hoping and praying it won't be business as usual, where these cadets will pass out and then within 3 months, we'll market to SM and why again. Within 6 months, we'll market to SM and why again. And now they would have to resort to the usual that we know in order to survive. And then the problem resurfaces because the moment somebody is giving 5 cities, 10 cities, 15 cities, 20 cities, that's the end of ensuring that the frontage of that individual is cleaned.
Yeah.
And so I am praying that they will be well catered for and that they've been trained well enough to ensure that discipline prevails on our streets and then at the frontages of people's businesses and homes going forward. But for me, I think it's a good thing that is happening if the right mechanisms are in place.
Is it 3,500? So the first batch, only 1,000.
Maybe 800 and something.
800
Not really
something. Okay. So they will be deployed across the Greater Accra region.
Yes.
So the MMDAs will have personnel to work with.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What I was saying is that may fear anymore say they will be able to do their jobs with integrity and diligence. That's very critical, as you mentioned. Say, be or command by 10, 20 cities. So, but now, all because the remuneration and as the kind of more for any Jumano and said that ends any. And I believe that it will be remunerated well enough to prevent them from being wooed by the 20 cities and the 10 cities. I don't know, the story did not give specific as to how each and every MMDA, how many personnel that they will be having, because some of the MMDAs may need a NIPA Bibri as compared to
some others.
Yeah. Now, Assembly Mami said, is this going to be a thing that will be sustainable over a long period of time? And I say, I buy out this way fresh ban for bar over here now, Jumadi Bia and Quebebois, ama we keep the Greater Accra region clean. Now, on also in the near future, on finally and home bill. To come in a befaswa, it beats me amana sustainable over a long period of time. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the other regions will be able to emulate and beat me after the approach to also ensure that their respective regions are clean. See, I know sustainability is key. Yeah.
Sammy?
Yeah.
This exercise is a waste of time. Complete waste of time. Sammy, first of all, what was the criteria for selecting these people? So, Omoko training. 1. 2. You bet you Amuka.
Of course.
And I'm told, say, it is expected to create 3,500 jobs for the teeming youth. This exercise. You made the Baba Kosu. You see, I mean, Chrome Hanu per duplicity, replication of rules. We are told, say, this 4 weeks course, no. The CRT officers were trained in traffic management. What I'm saying, traffic management. Yeah, police region now. Obo say young men be so any girls almost share atade bia. Almost gina omo nchen say omo boy policeman manage traffic. I'm told say most of them are national service personnel, if I'm right.
Yeah, of course.
You see VIP protection. VIP protection anything.
No, VIP protection. Very important personality protection.
No problem.
So they provide protection.
Very good. Enti sisiano police I who say omo provide VIP protection no. Just say omo nye sa adwuma no biom. Sisiano we mu na be wrong. No problem. Fine no so to. Crowd control. Sami say even the Ghana Police Service about the crowd control. They are still hamstrung. Yeah. They are still wobbly about the crowd control. But you have sent somebody to go and learn 4 weeks. You see, these are police people, military men, on my academy. 4 weeks. Why could you have crowd control? Who will control the crowd? Sami,
these are auxiliary training and auxiliary skills that they want.
Sensitizing Ghanaians on good sanitation practices in the Nema. Sami, question I'm a bit say. Idea we are here, baby, and idea we are here. There were various MMDAs, MDCs, don't they have personnel already on payroll? Oh no, maybe sir.
Of course, the MMDAs may have sanitation officers, but they
don't have the numbers.
No,
exactly.
They
may not be adequate. We're going around some of the large municipalities and districts that we have in the country.
We always
have in the
hide
region.
behind not having numbers. But Sami, today,
But that's the reality.
Nyabote, today, if we get up and want to identify sports, it won't take us the whole of this company to identify those sports.
We'll take more than that.
Oh, come on. You can identify where this is coming from. You can identify who is doing this and find a way to deal with whoever is doing that in that area. But you see, Sami, bylaws ni niyama what I say implement and enforce. The people who have already been paid, who are already sitting in offices enjoying a condition, and that is why we have to duplicate these rules again by creating this. You see, Sami, this is another creation to address. We are creating jobs. Sir, your friend is saying, some mantra, no job creation. This is another creation to attempt to answer the question of unemployment. But I mean, that's why I'm saying this is a waste of time. Waste of everybody's time.
Well, I disagree with
waste
you.
of everybody.
I'm
saying that. You are telling me that even with the police standing there, police trying to enforce order.
The mandate of
the police
is not the same as these.
To ensure that
this is somebody who is wearing a uniform. Or no crampo. Or struggle to even make sure say Ghanaians adhere.
No.
But no.
We have seen. Remember, we have seen AMA task force guys
do what?
Do their job.
It
doesn't matter. That is what we call a task force. No, we can sit here and complain about the excesses and then the allegations of bribery and corruption within the task force. We can sit here and say that. But you can launch a massive operation like Operation Clean Your Frontage and then also Green Your Frontage. And then we tell ourselves that we want to rely on the same Abaye people to supervise that. We want to rely on Ghana Police to supervise that. We want to rely on the young guys at the municipalities to do that.
So, no. I said,
let me learn.
This creation.
These 860 something plus guys who are coming out and ladies who are coming out, they are going to be in the communities. They are going to be, those times when we were kids, the tankers. Me, I didn't know it was tankers. The tankers for no.
My father was one.
Yes, tankers for the bar. The whole area, they go through the whole area to ensure that your frontage is clean, your gutters are clean. That is the job these people are going to do. And you can't tell me that job can be done by a task force person who has not been trained in this.
Sammy, I'm saying that.
They have been trained in sanitation, they have been trained in hygiene, they have been trained in all these.
I'm saying that.
So, Ramon, as for that one,
Sammy,
I disagree with you.
This CRT trainees, we have just created another loop that to put pressure on your coffers.
Will it serve a purpose?
Sammy, what purpose?
Will it serve
Forget
the purpose?
about the purpose.
It will serve the
How do
purpose.
you forget about the purpose?
It will serve the purpose.
Nkosiaga.
How do you forget about the purpose?
This crazy.
It will see again.
This, me say, idea way. It is just to feed into.
So
we are creating jobs.
how do you okay? Let's,
How do you want us to implement-
Let's remove the
okay.
3,500.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
remove them.
Sammy,
Let's remove them. How do you
in this day and age,
Yes.
of technology,
Uh-huh.
you see, this day and age of technology, where people are devising measures, on making sure say about traffic management, modern ways of managing traffic.
Don't talk about
No,
traffic. This is not for
this
traffic.
is not
They are not for
for
traffic.
It's not
They are
for
for
traffic.
sanitation.
Sanitation is in Sema.
Yes.
Sammy. Modern day, where people are making sure say tooling of waste collection, waste collectors, no, top notch. Young say, I can say, you waste transfer sites. Various MMDAs.
Yes.
Have you seen anything like
But
that?
it takes time. It's not a
pro-
day.
the pro-
It's not
Have
a
you
day's
seen-
event.
No,
So far,
since we banned
so far,
Abu,
you
we
are
are
talking
talking-
about waste collection.
No, Sammy, I said
It's not a
make a
day's
make a
event.
job. Sammy, and again. This day, I hear house number identification. I hear house numbering system. No, it's supposed to be digitalized. I said, "Baby, I cost you." Sammy, I don't need people to be walking around telling me, "Say, go and clean my front."
When you are not doing already,
If my frontage,
you are
if
not
my
doing it.
frontage
It is
dirty,
because of
I will
you
tell- If my
deciding
frontage
not
is
to do
dirty,
what is
I will
expected
tell-
of
if my
you.
frontage is dirty,
Uh-huh.
because I've numbered my house, because of house numbering, I can pick up a phone and call a hotline, a call center. Catch your say, XYZ house number located in Hacho, XYZ.
Oh, but that's nobody's
My
business.
friend call center. I'm saying that take advantage
call
of
center.
That
technology.
may not necessarily be the
No.
business of anybody.
Oh, okay.
And in this case,
It's none of anybody's business. If you can't clean your frontage,
If you can't clean your frontage,
if I don't clean my frontage and you're in front of me, inconveniences you.
how?
of course, but I mean, if
How?
So you, Sammy,
Okay,
said,
Sammy, let's
will
take
be
it.
interested in reporting whoever.
I will report.
has-
let's take it as if
see,
it
I
will
will report.
inconvenience
Make
me.
a choice.
We are bringing the
Technology,
people
Sammy,
to
to
your
come
home.
and- of course.
As a
advantage of
well-dressed,
technology.
fine, lady-fine gentleman, you can't keep your frontage
I mean,
clean. We will force you to keep it
Take
clean.
advantage of technology and fix some of these things.
We are getting there. For now,
It takes time.
it takes time.
It's a
No, you see,
process.
Sammy, I make a choice, no. You see,
It's a process.
we always
Ray,
want to duplicate roles.
Ray, it's a process, and I
Waste
understand
everybody's
that
money.
the Greater Accra Regional Minister Ora Henry Korte, at a point in time, he was saying so on the NSS, Edim Koma on betting me a man about 3,500 NSS personnel.
And-
So it's not
and
where are you training? They just say be a
It's for a
Sebi.
specific
Exactly.
purpose.
Sammy.
It's for a specific purpose. It's the NSS be a bit
Sammy.
and then we see how other regions or other MMDs
Sammy,
But
will
yeah,
also replicate.
Modi ako ropi in Asembia. Michelle Abrante bia. Midi yaw papa.
Oh.
Boy, see ni police for be jina kwan so awia. Say is ya police for no na aye trumpet.
Yeah.
Nti omo no omo ko jaba bia na
Mama
FSA
catch the
national
boys,
service for no.
omo ye adwuma no.
Ene NAPCO for no. Wo mo ye adwuma no. No mo jina kwan mo tra. When recruitment comes, you would think say with the experience these guys have gained on the
Yeah.
road,
The Bamoma
some priority would come to them. Shit.
It is, we use NAPCO to perform some of these
Shit.
tasks. NAPCO na kosi say.
Shit.
NAPCO trainees no. Ejuma no mo ye na kosi say.
The send there is in contention, but
Sammy,
that's-
this thing is dead on arrival.
you and I are interested in the tariff.
Yo, mo de mo nko ho.
You and I are interested in the tariff. Dr. Ishmalaka, Doc, and I enchia and come on name.
Sifa na chacha no. Sifa na chacha no. Sifa. Ena chacha.
O story no ha yebeka any. Also from July this year, tariffs of utilities will be reviewed upwards. And the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has hinted at a 2-day workshop for members of the Media Fellowship over the weekend at Pram in the Greater Accra region. Dr. Ishmalaka, Executive Secretary of the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, says the commission, together with key stakeholders, were reviewing the country's electricity and water tariffs. He said the tariff review will consider issues including the cost of production, exchange rate, cost of fuel, investment requirements, and the ability for the utilities to meet their benchmark targets set by PURC, particularly customer satisfaction. Utility service providers.
Read your hobby.
He said the tariff review will consider issues including the cost of production, exchange rate, cost of fuel. But cost of fuel will rope into cost of production. Investment requirements and the ability for the utilities to meet their benchmark targets set by the PURC, particularly customer satisfaction. Utility service providers have submitted proposals based on guidelines developed by the PURC. The service providers are expected to present a case for their request for tariff adjustment at a public hearing this week.
Last part in the
What's your pan?
No, last part in the kind.
The mechanics is here.
That
paragraph. Utility service providers have submitted proposals based on guidelines developed by the PURC. The service providers are expected to present a case for their request for tariff adjustment at the public hearing this week.
PURC ne juma ne say.
So a regulator.
Good. Now PURC is supposed to be in the middle. Meboa. Obeti regulator no, obeti customer no. Meboa. Now wajina finfin.
Yeah.
Based on the utility provider and bebre no.
Yeah.
Now who PURC? You are telling us that this week utility providers no will come and present a case.
As to why there should be an adjustment.
Omo present a case new year. Untie be umbeka wie. Immediately PURC are concluded say oh tariffs will go up. Sami sana e juma no.
Is it not the paper?
No. You can't see. Then you say me man can say part no me bio. Can part now opinion can say review upwards no.
Okay.
At
a 2-day workshop for members of the Media Fellowship over the weekend at Pram in the Greater Accra region, Dr. Ismalaka, Executive Secretary of the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, says the Commission, together with key stakeholders, were reviewing the country's electricity and water tariffs.
Upwards. Thank you.
He said the tariff review will consider issues including the cost of production.
No, you see, Sammy, I don't get it. You have not even seen utility men now justify why they have to increase.
But you also need to take into consideration the factors that they mentioned.
But Sammy, you see,
they alluded to.
But you see, Sammy, these utility providers, especially water and electricity, they have absolutely no excuse or no reason to tell us, say, omo babe increase, omo prices. Why? Because cost of production and cost exchange rate cost of fuel how more and then baby. But you see, Sammy,
it is also hinged on how well they have been able to satisfy customers over a period of time.
As we speak, Sammy was sitting here complaining, say service provision and
of course that's that one.
PURC is saying that per justification of the amount I say it will fall between a benchmark I set amount for customer service satisfaction, which we all know say it has been non-existent since and every year consistently, government after government, PURC consistently say service provision if we want better service they say increase the tariffs. But you see, Sammy, in all of this, ECG we are told say a car poly 2.3 billion and a daho. Ghana Water yesterday, a little close to 1 billion Ghana cedis and a car at Daho. Sammy. So me and you should continue paying, so that the losses no so a guso koso. Now these businesses cannot stay on their feet. Conveniently, when they want to balance their books to a certain extent, they run back to us, for us to continue paying more, so that they stay afloat. But a Canadian, they are not ready to do anything about it. If Ghana Water is not ready to arrest losses, releasing water theft, any wasting water, water loss, they are not ready to deal with it now. So I shouldn't suffer for Ghana Water's inability to manage our affairs well. I shouldn't be on the receiving end. I should not be on the receiving end for ECG's inability to collect NECA to the extent say Kadru Krona na so increase the tariff say na be akakra na oje no e be kosoro ama no mo no
all right
and so PLC shouldn't be telling us what they are telling us.
Yeah, Babaka, we'll try and make contact with PLC. We'll try and get some information as to companies that are indebted to PLC. And they gave us a hint of the places they wanted to shut down as a result of the indebtedness of these entities to them. Yeah, Babaka.
If the two of them they collect their debt, there will be no need to increase tariffs. No need.
Yeah, but also
no need.
And as I say, this sports update, Oman for pay OG Media, no, so we money I ready our day updating the back quickly before this sports in the brain. Make Oman for say, so we no musu na pay ya, but what the answer obeno musu. Insure no air we purified drinking water. 330 ml, 500 ml, 750 ml, 1.5 liters, and 19 liters jar with me at all. Now on so one being now offer Casapeko 4 0262 351 251. Any obedi nkomo nti bomodi ase one wo ebedi nkomo no pay na onso ato nsu ni bi no anom no aye nsu a de ama obi oto nsu ba ko mti scan bi de kobo the National Cardiothoracic Center our Kolebu Teaching Hospital Samedi Raymond Iridia but they sports updates no what they ever we on pay sports
Sami enra Champions League action so big game so Parma enra osha na kaka obetia go kaka go na enra na eti wo kroma Real Madrid and Manchester City and now serve thriller 7-goal thriller yena yeniachi for the neutrals ne yena yeniachi nti yebeka ho asem kakra and post game their coaches ne nyina eka ye nti happy 98.9 FM and our suguso awutie o share so their ETV Ghana and o share wo jumedi no the Happy Morning Show Emerson say me the Happy Morning Show sports updates no ebebremo 1xbet anytime be chair me the jumedi we ebe 1xbet say Corner website to onexbet.com.gh, onexbet.com.gh. Register and be a new account. To register now be a new account. Obama opportunity to enter a promo code. Promo code is enter a BETGH and a BETGH. O enter a promo code area. Obama 200% bonus on your first deposit. We the messenger 1xbet say me from 1xbet say undi 18 na men for we need enter on website so go chat bet. Betting is addictive and bet responsibly. We ne message 1xbet se me fan bro na se fadan kwa utie media say to me fa we ni etre 1xbet se ne be ya we be register na we be new account na sika pudo de obetime atam e 1xbet nanso betting e true into bet wa hwe mo betting e addictive into bet responsibly. Yabesha nsem na say na yabesha say from the MTN FA Cup and Ghana Football Association omode schedule for MTN FA Cup semi-finals no etuja na Oshesi na Jumedi na ebekwa 14th of May 2020 3 p.m. Hearts of Folk defending champions any Dreams FC at the Befiso ewo Elwak Sports Stadium na yekopiemo on the 15th of May 2022 ewo Brekum Golden City Park ewo Brekuma ho na bronga half derby bekoso between the Diana Stars and Bobuko friend of Bechim United ho na akensi no betumi akoso or Golden City Park or Brekum say Munchen so say sa ena mpanyufo ayen hihye no na mpanyufo epache say ohwe say na Jumedi no omo ayen hihye ne dia finals ne dia ebekoso ewo Papa Yara Sports Stadium no ene nsema mpanyufo e dia tuja yebehwe nim say after say yetumi settle semi-final places no finals na nkasa ne dia ebetumi akopiemo ewo Papa Yara Sports Stadium ewo Kumasi yenremo ewo Asamoah na kachi because Asamoah one of the players we see a senior national team onya retire mum but we share goals do na senior national team the Black Stars of Ghana branch 51 goals and wenya to Nidia enchebiano the book ya tunsa afeno legendary autobiography ama Asamoah no enchebia obetumi a launch sa book no na 30th of April and opinion for ediato say Kempinski Hotel wa Accra no 6 p.m. sharp time no na opinion for ISA sa book ne ombetumi apahontuma na almost special guest of honor be His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo President of Ghana na omopache say CAF President at the keynote address no ebetuja Dr. Patrice Motsepe ono so wajipeni say obeba be greet occasion no Kurt Edwin Simeon Okreku or your GFA President ono so beba be chinim dendendin report HSA Asamoah Gyan are inviting the former teammates ebimu amusi akan ma Sunderland ebimu amusi akan ema Udinese former footballers DJ Drogba, Anthony Bafo, Emmanuel Adebayo, JJ Okocha, El Hadji Diouf, Kalilu Fadiga, Anthony Aboa, Bafo Jan, Samuel Osei-Kuffour, Avram Grant, Kwesi Appiah, Ajiman Bedu, omo nyina on be jipini on be babe Christy sa occasion na ohwa book ne de omo say a continuing memoir of former Ghana captain Asamoah Gyan and no holds barred account of untold stories Abrantia no won a football career mo now almost a climax of the launch no will be a riveting and captivating video documentary about to me blow ubia mind ho na mo purchase a public auction of the book so but to me akoso was ajumede na say na penifo e dey atoja say launch of the book ni there after Accra no about to me akoso Kumasi, United Arab Emirates and United Kingdom we and nsema every Asamoah Gyan camp so eba yenremu Europe na for Champions League in nsem ebetie for and now 7-goal thriller and of course so Etihad Stadium Manchester City and Real Madrid to me Asia now after 90 minutes of pulsating football action no 4-3 and Manchester City to me at the team kunim was I gave them Kevin De Bruyne and a share goal scorer and Gabriel Jesus and also automated back up so 2-0 and Sana Karim Benzema and also the back up so Phil Foden Emma lead no echo back to 3-1 and Sana Vinicius Junior and also the back up so 3-2 Bernardo Silva as your fourth goal of the game and Sana Karim Benzema a converted penalty to ensure say game need 4-3 and to me end the year now Karim Benzema game no or to me the 13th and 14th goal of this season's Champions League as Siano Oshia top scorers our Champions League num dia Karim Benzema ehi abeto number 1 14 goals and I so far our Champions League numa Robert Lewandowski was 13 and Sebastian Haller also to me 11 goals or sa and Anyama Ekoye and ra ewo Etihad after the game no Pep Guardiola coach Emma Manchester City or say Oshia game no Ekoye dia football there football sometimes no results no results no na send an team ne boy no ni aje send an team ne boy or say so mutumi a raise level no say na be ya mutumi a true finals no na Real Madrid their team goals there mutumi share goals pa into whether you are 2 up or 3 up no there am your team mutumi share goals into still no so mutumi prepare for second leg abetumi akoso ewo Santiago Bernabeu na o say so to me lift catch any players ni say match ni dey omo win match no na so to me lift omo heads up na omo to me are ready for next leg to me akoso o say ni team ni dey chances ni dey omo create chances bebre na so omo to me unconverted do na yentie dey Pep Guardiola manager about Manchester City at the tuja after the game.
Football is football and we have to understand that sometimes I'm not going to say one word, so we deserve more. Football is a result, but how we performed was exceptional in all terms. So nobody can say that the football game was not good because both teams want to try to play, want to try to win, and hopefully in Bernabeu we can do a good performance as well because we need it. So we know that we have to maybe rise the level or maybe play better to reach the final. But this competition demands that, you know. And at the end, with chances we can create, we have to convert. Okay, it's not our fault. So we have to try to do it. It was really, really clear, and we didn't do it. Okay, but I want to try to convince all my players that we won the game, that they don't have to make one heads down, heads up, and know that you have to go to Bernabeu to win the game, to perform quite similar today. You have minimum chances. But even in Bernabeu, I said before. Now we're 1 up, but you go about 2 or 3 or 4. Always you have to perform well. They are able to score 3 goals in 10 minutes, so they have this ability. And we have quality for the history, especially for the players that they have. But in the same time, you have to try to, be ourselves, and it's a good test, a good proof for ourselves.
Pep Guardiola, a manager at Manchester City. After the game, no Carlo Ancelotti say, now Oshia I can see no core in there away there now open game pa now so advantage Manchester City are catching but any advantage kesiye. Now almost share him say almost fans no obeboamo was Santiago Bernabeu say be ya to me edu finals.
Similar game is really difficult to have and to see this kind of open game as it was tonight. It will be a different game. Of course, Manchester City has the advantage. We have to consider this, not a big advantage, and we hope that our supporter can help us to play better than to try to go to the final.
Lotti, a manager, Emma Real Madrid. And second match no ebetumi akoso second semi-final clash no ebekoso na first leg of the game between Liverpool and BRL no ebekoso at Anfield 7 p.m. Jurgen Klopp ekasa ahead of the game. I say, Osha Kinsi na so much to me boy. No angasa we say, say Liverpool to me perform. They need a performance. Say to me, echira mo bobre ewa Kinsi no. Now say semi-finals they easy there and the problem ewa ho. Na semi-final they say mu yedi ye pa. Also no angasa Pep or no angasa Jurgen Klopp there. Say ono on top of the game. The players also say more on top of the game. Na or say ope gamer. I bet you me ama the team no I bring it out almost 1000% ewa Kinsi mu and a BRL game no enti mo fan kan see no bra na Liverpool enchero mo bobre.
Yeah, we need the atmosphere. We need the performance. We need a different performance as well because it's a completely different game. Barcelona is obviously that night set up completely different to what Villarreal is doing. But yes, we need a big game. We need on top. We need to be on top of our game. I need to be on top of my game. So before the game and then during the game, the boys as well. So, but that's completely fine because it's semi-final, Champions League. If that would be easy, then something would be really completely wrong. And that's why I can't wait. Honestly, even in this hectic schedule, I'm playing all the time, and this highlight here in a week with City, United, Everton. But if you need a next game to be 1000% in, yeah, then bring on Villarreal in a Champions League.
Jurgen Klopp, a Liverpool manager, na opinion friend Unai Emery, your coach, Emma BRL no, or no dear brofo de on TB, since o coach Arsenal nyina no de otumika wo brofo mo ani good evening nkwa no otumika na ono so the assembly to jaw say the semi-finals ne dear be more difficult, but we are working to bring out our best. Or say you can see the best version of BRL and its football today. Ano ne asema coach friend Unai Emery and brofo nya no ono so asema odi tuja eni nyewemo ewo NBA mo na yakowemo ewo NBA mo dia playoffs no eguso ekoso dendenden ahomachi we na Miami Heat atimi etwa Atlanta Hawks 97 to 94 to make sure say best of 7 series no game 5 no omo to me a win here to ensure say 4-1 and almost omo to me they qualify to the semi-finals of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Now Osha Kinsi na course in there Bam Adebayo and Victor Oladipo Abrantia Mienu we omo combine enya 43 points on match night. Oladipo enya 23 points and Bam Adebayo enya 20 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. And I'm a Happy Morning Show sports updates no ABC. Yabadani on kaka yababaka. The Happy Morning Show continues.
And you welcome back to the Happy Morning Show live on ATV Live on Happy 98.9 FM live on Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. Yemo bibia akwaba eba jumedi so quickly yemfa yen CBG business tips no embre omanfo na afi ne bi phone lines no into Ghana kasa na onso fa wadwenche no fa brain anapai tips are CBG adaroma ye de emma no ebi eni tips for children na eno I shall send di enkomo. Discuss the differences between wants and needs with your children. Let them know the difference so they can save accordingly. And the difference between essentials and non-essentials, needs and wants. Now, when say adebi honma, you may have to hold on later on to buy them. And as adebi honma, you have to buy them as and when aba apps are also autonomous. And after no abromo, send on between aye one more savings goals, no, how to plan one more expenditure, how to plan one more savings, of any amount you give them. Maybe at the end of every week, one more five Ghana cedis. Maybe you tell them, say, okay, you're supposed to spend 2 cedis on this, and then 3 cedis goes here. You teach them how to break down their money, and then to apportion them and as appropriate them. For one more appropriation into one music assembly na or the amount. Yamfa a year Ghana Kasa Ember or man for Anapay Ojmedino. Eso. Emma so say be phone lines no edit to my number no 0244885140 0244885140 offer number no be din command pay. Hello, good morning.
Honorable Samuel.
Yes sir.
About your media was a so bet you me the food.
Yo.
Me that say Yamishra Mopane Modi Papa Modi. Na ebe ye kikamu bebe na ayamunti was mumu bi mu akot the school na mu akono se mutimi nya so paso na modo so mo man Ghana ye ke Yamishra pa na Samuel when US full report na what the abano say ye ka anya say ye position ye beto aba ye kun ni papa Ghana so kan bi so what ana no ntie
Bacho twaso bacho
inti eye say Ghana Ghana yenumu say Christopher my Ghana Muslim for my Ghana no my bia Muslim for any Christopher ye waru me busemu in kan for ho I for ye to yo it will be position up na Samuel and odo kumuni panu kwa na odi ye tumi na ka obeye for adimpo I tuma papa kwampa efufu Shimo Samuel Ntuma mafu na akoko cycle ni tonko sel Samuel na ka ye benya sika ya di power na putunduma wura akoko so Uganda na ekika no omanya to question so many years in this before they were years sika play what you call me for so kondo akoko igwaman akoka ye sama bomusu impefo ya to abama munya opportunity bia na mu premusi zipu bie kokrafo bie afkat so na wope afuna wope mpenya ye di kokrafo sa mu mu afkata na mu mutimi fayaso mutimi nko lady na kata be ka
ya uza ai afkas ne fire na no pay na me
okay debe na afkas bi kike mu wante afkas ko na akokwa bi chimpra no timi fire no wante ana e ya mamu yesa o papa no ba mu kan what ya ni so timi fire uko tu rounds ayensi wa
Interested. 0244885140 0244885140 offer me amenu bidin kuma. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir, Chief. Nyame adom patron sir.
If I'm a Pierre Kazafi Medina.
Yo, Mr. Pierre.
Ura no di kasaya no.
Yeah.
Someone would discuss here no. Send me no bi no kayo. You see US for Ghana about to kunkum nipa. If I hand you kunkum nipa. As I say, bro, I will be foreign media because you'll be there no cry. And this what you to Ghana I find pa it's the man I call him na sem po aru ni kunkum nipa. Oba wonye sa. Onka asem more discuss that.
Medwas on a pay so from Nanimidi and Como and a pay Ojimedino so 0244885140 0244885140 Ofemia. I'll be glad to speak to you this morning. But your Ofemia no body maybe I will for free now to us. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Sammy.
Yes, sir.
It's a container mini record missing.
What you say?
It's a shooter container mini record missing.
Many containers, many bottles, and
like that bottle and a pack.
And oh dear, maybe make a calculation no. At the amount container no, open container bay.
The first 40 feet.
Open day.
40 feet.
Container. Now they are confirmed who feel quite na asset so. Eddie Akofi.
And they say normal, and you're gonna quite a
bridge in Ebuno, Honor the Kofaku.
What a 40 year 1 year, Mumbai. Who's that one carry the room? You are coming.
Young Quay.
Rasa, Chairman of Power. Maybe I just knew what about right at Yepa and a firm Chairman of Nava. Then be damn you. Rasa, Ayana, on one say, no more car but dirty. Then to 4 billion more, this guy, Betty. We are or didn't have to work with you. Now, your brother is Cananoa, official child, no Kuchabet. A idea I asked him. Or my dear, I want to be beginning, you huge area was a gamble. Yes, said Christopher mine, any incredible for mine. Not a big guy advert, it's a advert. for gamble. We can bet she able to see. We can bet she able to see. To follow your first day. Go for my eye. Say gamble. Hey, Chuadie. And to get the end of all do. I started to be that's I mean. Now you will get cash and that. And look at my discussion. But yeah, specific. Yes, discussion. Can of the car say, US report to say, Ghana needing say, your friend say, the freedom of democracy. Yet 2 about a month for Christian. They are 2 about to get into your month for now. They cannot know we see the young movie. The Chima is your food for the Chima. Some of your food for the Chima. Idea was your cool for the building. I'll buy a 2 hours, and if I buy 10, 1 million portal. If you look at kind of say or what you know, then Canada end up on a chat. And the Chia also see that any salary, the kind. And idea that one who say, I buy way any movie, I don't know. I do any shit, yeah, and I wish, yeah, say that every year with you, that's a head tobacco. NBC, and account for tobacco. It is quite less in the case you show this kind. No, the car, yeah. And I idea happened. About
Medosana software now by Jimedino SO 0244-885140 and 0 okay, I think the other number would bring that number back, but 0244-885140. So for now Baba who said we did Mr. and Idiomana and a pay on me atching amame. Hello, good morning. Emi Adome Hoye.
And the senior MPP. Opening with money can educate and form entertain. The education and community for six with our hands and president. No more decision man. Am I president? But the other two other community power was here. You community power 15 years, 15 years. The what the catcher for the criminals to be a come on Yako. The what? I don't mean I didn't know and can near some NDC to not support the NDC to what didn't say, well, yeah, number for that, number support. Can we go bush and need to sign out the come? And I bet you, I bet you back in this. And you buy a bank you. Bank down now, Google baby. Microfinance, your boys and get a boy. I sent Tari come a good mean. Hospital and workers and doctors, nurses. Oh, you do work to now a drop any inquiry. A drop any inquiry. You know, I won't be able. Won't be able now. We get to us here. Then I can go. Now, the old back in would not be and I say a bank. And the 25 billion and a good. Look at this. Can't be me support. Now, excuse me, but you know what I'm about. Take money touching up. Move about 20 million a year. Look up of about 30 million. Somebody good. You're paying for me, and no, maybe I'm quite a woman. We are moving young yet you crumble. Call on the offices. What the offices and what the allowance or contra board. Even who took out to that crowd, will have kilometers hours in my medium with cap, but you want I will know what time for me.
All right. Medwase sana pay offer na badge medins manu ebi so entimi emburu mu na ene no ending komo awo dwumedie ne so enne offer me 0244885140. I'll be happy to speak to you. Offer me no bodin ene ba bia offer afi na afi ni yedi enkomo anapay NDC MPP sem no ya mombo modern na mfanto nchen kakra na yeni nkomo as Ghana fo yeni nkomo as Ghana man ma na mo pa mo party for sem do. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sami. Sami na pom design.
Me ho ya ba chana so e.
Ye da wa pa de bia na pa bia ye tiam Sami. Oni wa bedwa fo Yakobon Sham bebre. Sami mi di da bu me kata free kuma se Aswati constituency.
You.
Na Sami ewia chi wo we aya na ye bi before no ya ho se mi kremoni ana se mi kristoni na me fa kristo som ana kremosom no mra nya adwuma. Se adie bi kotie minu ebi no NPP mu a etwiridua ho se kotie MDC ni dia on the way nipa sin nipa bia subaya ye denadi ene entrosema ye nokra ye nka ɛne nkontompo nsɛm a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛdane danani na yɛka sɛ nkontompo nti yɛ nokorɛ no ana amma yɛ nyinaa yɛbrɛ sɛ wobɛba na sɛ woyɛ ndc ni anaasɛ woyɛ ho ahoani na wobɛka sɛ yɛkum nnipa a asogyafoɔ no na apolisifoɔ no sɛ yɛnteɛ ni wɔ mu papa bi nti ɔmo sɔre yɛ na ɔma bɛbɔ awura wo fie na ɔma bɔ opuo me bɔ a saa na teɛ same yɛnka nokorɛ nkyerɛ yɛ ho abatoɔ yɛ adwenkyerɛ yɛto aba wie na sɛ wote wo dɛm woatie resource anaa wo support obi baabi a yɛlemete mo sɛ monnyina hɔ no monnyina hɔ na monni mo dwuma mowie a monsan kɔ m'akyi na nnipa woyɛ ho akakabensɛm sogyani no yɛnkyerɛ ni ne sɛ kɔgyina n'anim kɔyɛ akakabensɛm na mote wɔn a moka sɛ bi a yɛkum nnipa ɛberɛ bi a atwaa mu no ɛnomaa na ndcfoɔ dama na mowɔ so no ɛnomaa na moda mukum yɛ ɛnyɛ John Dramani Mahama na ɛba abɔnkye bɛka sɛ ɔmo deɛ ndc yɛka sɛ atuturɔkyɛ mu a ndc ɔmo yɛ atuturɔkyɛ obi a ɔghana ha nti saa suba no momɛyɛ nyae na yɛmmɔpaeɛ ma ɔma ghana na ndc moba abaawe mu no yɛwu mu ne yɛ a mobaeɛ
Onia, Medoase, and pay so firm in our budget medino. Sifa, let me ask you a question. Raymond, please stay with me a second. Can't people make a submission without necessarily referencing NDC MPP?
It's going to be difficult.
Is it? No, but we sit here and we make submissions.
Yes, for us, yes, we see.
Yet now you didn't come on MPP and NDC. You can't ask them as Ghana for. Actually, obi team friend by Jumedi is no make us NDC MPP. Can they make a submission without referencing MPP NDC?
Political tribalism, no. Any space, no.
David.
But a war
almost space, no.
Sometimes I am a home tea. Seriously, sometimes I am a home tea.
You may have to start bottling it. You may have to develop a thick skin to accept it. You may have to accept it. So I mean, enjoy.
Mama has any more about on him Benanti. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Pachodini, baby, Afrifi.
My name is Bright.
Bright.
I'm from Kufudia.
Bright, proceed, please.
Yes, please. I want to know whether there is any act that is back up in the introduction of the task force in a Greater Accra region, that is Operation Clean Your Frontier Task Force.
Whether there is
any act that is.
Well, it's coming under the bylaws.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So it's good into initiating. So I would like to encourage the regional minister and other stakeholders involved to bring out or come out with a proper app that will support them in terms of their existence. When there's only at introduction of new government, I don't think they will be, properly managed. So I would like to, advise the regional minister and other stakeholders to quickly come out with a proper act that will support them so that they can be managed properly in terms of their.
Well, before you proceed, I think that under the bylaws and then with the new bylaws manual which the Greater Accra Regional Minister some time back launched, all these nitty-gritties of information you are looking for is captured therein. And so if you don't mind looking for that document, you'd find that all these concerns you have are in there.
Okay.
Yes. I'll thank you for joining me this morning.
Is it only in the Greater Accra region or it is just across the country?
It is, for now, it is the Greater Accra region that is embarking on this. Any other region which may want to replicate what is happening may go by the manual of the Greater Accra region to also replicate it.
Okay.
Yes, all right. I'm grateful that you joined me this morning live on the show. 0244-885140. I think Sebe final caller. Na Yaba Studio na fe Sifa any Nanti. I know Sifa you would want to comment on the tariffs matter before briefly we'll switch to our substantive matter. There will no we remember Sifa Akwenya we are. Now we are maybe a question be answered at Wasu.
Yes, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm Bacho Dini Baby Afrifi.
Sami, yeah, I got your phone and cafe pick and market.
Yo, Yanko.
Yo, Jericho. I say, and you mana moya. You say a political show. But now what can be said, or be other car NPP, NDC, and my hotel.
Let me set the record. It's not a political show. It's a current affairs show. It's not a political show.
That the only my own Kataya, a fit must be any near me Kataya. Almost the Kabaka, we end this for. Almost the class.
Who you don't know who's on the end this for?
I thought I saw you Katano.
The fact that you have been able to identify Yahuza, the fact that you have been able to identify another person as NDC or MPP, we can't come on the show and make our submissions without necessarily referencing some NDC and MPP.
That you, my friend. Oh no, anyone of the Kasayan. He and me who. No one who defend it. What else are on your prayer? What's the
defending why?
I'm the field. My house no back and I won't go free. You are the concept party. One country.
David, listen. You can't use the word David. You can make a submission, but when you will be in some or kind of I don't subscribe to such language on air. That's the problem. So make us a submission without referencing MPP, NDC. Obisi metikwa pai.
Political polarization.
It's sad, honestly.
Politics.
It's sad.
And people can't talk without them being told, say, oh, yeah, NDC and I say NPP. So are we saying, say, people do not have minds of their own apart from their subscription to a particular political ideal? And say obi emfa no nkobo NPP and say NDC onim nyansa.
Just because of that, yes, me fair.
Sami yanko PURC na.
Yanko.
Yanko PURC.
Ozi yanko PURC.
Sami.
David.
Danya to kwase ne ento ade.
Na untimi fa sa tatis no.
David.
Anya juma. Se fa yo PMs ne yanko.
David to ade. Ye to ade bia na ma ban ma bebu sa PURC asem say.
Eno an sa na e
be ben na omo fast.
O de ye PM ne ma ye wi ansa.
I live in the hands of the last caller. Happy morning show no guzu out here ETV Ghana. Upa you asungu so with your happy 98.9 FM and all our affiliates. You're also live on your Facebook live. You with me alcohol. Now I click here on the link and share to all of the groups uwu said there be on na ye twetwe no wonso ubetimi edi akiri na wonso ode wadwenkyere aba jumadi no so kai say we enye political show current affairs tie Eja fe na kwa akojina we aga political show no bia we make comment no be support you no be munya sa NDC MPP ama untimi nka asem emwa Ghana mpuntuo I Dofnom Fumigation Service 7 country say nei ema emo nketinketi ntontom ntefre nkuro so eni ntetia nkura eni eye war geckos entena ofie obra Dofom say omo ebema Fumigation Services papa betimi apam sa mo omo anyinara afru fie betimi ama mo anyina hawo over na emwa flies bia bewurewura wo dem abewurewura ofie ma tere se woju ho anye Dofnom se me kan to se broma she sisi a na mfa ho no bia wo bia he your cleaning services no yetimi de ba ye office yetimi de ba ba bia wo tie wo ship board yetimi ba ho wo fum yetimi ba wo warehouse kura na pese yedi hu hojuma ma wo betimi aba ho hotels restaurant ba biara pese o fumigate bia no wo modern bra she na any nkomo ye Malam Junction adjacent Kitech Towers Accra and as with me afa 34 human 0504 071 884 and 0342 292 812 Dofnom Fumigation Services, the pest control expert you can trust. Maminka house in Yankomoduma if you are there ebeya
yɛsoa yɛnkuku ne yɛnkaka nyinaa de akɔ ɛyɛ abɔse okan ne mo frɛ no abɔse okan no ɛyɛ abɔse okan ɛhɔ ɛna happy on wheels ɛne wheels no ɛbɛkɔ akɔduru na yɛde dwumadie maako mmiɛnsa ɛde abrɛ ɛyɛ atiefoɔ a wɔn tie happy 98.9 FM nti kai if you are the 29th of April 2022 ɛyɛ Kofata Motors ɛwɔ abɔse okan ɛhɔ ɛna yɛde ɛyɛ dwumadie kakraka paa ɛbrɛ wɔ happy on wheels obetumi wɔ sɔfo nyansabo akwa nsempi ɛbɛba so hɔ yi sports team yi obi biara apɛ sɛ ohun ne biara no obi hu ɔmo ɔsan so na ɛpa ho adaban between the hours of 1 and 5 p.m. yɛde bɛbrɛw efiri Kofata Motors abɔse okan happy on wheels ɔmɔden anabɛka yɛn ho na yɛntwetwe nkɔmɔ no sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɔmo yɛmpuntuo no yɛbɛtumi amanasi brane kai na ɔba Kofata no ɔba Kofata kai sɛ ɛnɛ ai live your dream Nemo mo live your dream life ne dia bomoden a se obetimi akọ eye CBG Consolidated Bank na akọ Consolidated Bank na okọ anu aka kyerɛ m sɛ bepese me live my dream na ebe ma access to a loan of about 100,000 Ghana cedis make no abranti biti camera na chi or hwɛ me Mammy, I would tear me, naming your bear man would tear me up as I live your dream. CBG said, Aquina, live your dream. Borrow any branch of CBG. Then your morning come. Now, here can't go on fast also between your car, crack, a attitude to Niama. In so many more, but CBG said, I swear yet. Now you know, in Inkita on your wow. Now, application here easy for you to complete. Easy. For you to complete. Uvi ya pa. Enye banks ni bia ofeli application we are bosome mi ensechi kroness kan ma no CBG zebra sia antwentwen so. Me nua be ma office ka bi day business be in 2022. But what in Bora CBG. Oba for Ghana card. So what I say. Said the Raymond Yamado or Kojibe. For ACBG 0302 216 000. CBG, who live your dream? No, I say we stand with you. Live your dream.
Jimmy Pani for Branty, free in the car. To use a PRS as
hey, that's you. I so omo person with G money no.
Okay.
Aha, mama ka G money ho. O be so agent ni entra ho mo ensound sa enshow dem reform nka say Germany ho. Bo modern a borrow any branch of CBG. Catch them so person ye G money agent. And you see the amazing aspect is okoka sa agent ko no ho a you stand the chance of winning a prizes. The grand prize, you know, a salon car, papa, be a G money agent and Chatum Keke, be a G. Sala Food Festival, a ho, and a sala air bay. Oh, ye obia also ote zungu, ewo, my money median and wapa dia. I was all about Happy 98.9 FM, Sala Food Festival, nibi. And fancy to Chromo. Pie. Ni yenhwe ni fili aduane no awon ano wadi ase achedia kakraka achedia puduo pa na si ho a ye de ma omo a omo ba be competition no tie de ohia nie the first intra zongo competition stage no eno no ye be select 4 teams in your zongo. After cooking your best meal no you have the chance of representing the entire zongo community. Wadi ase and Zania ko interzongo community competition no. No achedi egum no. Wawe TV ni so a. Kaswa zongo. Sabun zongo. Fadama zongo. Badina zongo. Okrobia zongo wo so a monim se maduane no a. Ekọ anim no.
Manchester zongo.
Thank you. Connecticut zongo. Thank you.
Liverpool zongo.
Yeah, co international. Thank you. Number oh me number betimi afa no afre na wonso atimi aba beka dwumadi enweni nie 0501 220 0243 702519 and 020 adabi 020 ni 0501 220 653 0243 702519 kai se dwumadi HD Plus ada Romania de bro tasty tom enriched tomato mix royal aroma fortified rice.
Debra Kabako, one can hear.
Yeah.
2022 Salah Food Fest.
Bafira.
Zo Abinchi Bafira.
Zo Abinchi Bafira. I say omo person omo ye digital marketing no master class.
30 seconds ni enko.
I me srewa he entra eni abefuntin tangasi ono nam so abinyeska. Ba na bagi nim dia betimi afa so betimi nyeska wa abefuntin tangasi eno so. E academy se bra na ye nkyerɛw digital marketing. Papa bra be kan ho na insua de fa number ina for 0202 222 aha ne disi.
Yo, je paper ni free mo na fe yenko.
Raymond Pacho. Yes, I'm saying me paper na free ho.
Ma
je paper na free ho. When him say Raymond ka say be say customer satisfaction is one of the a year be consider to ensure say is either they review the tariffs
for the record. 10 minutes per hour for this conversation. Okay. 10 minutes.
Simadu.
You offer more than 30 of the time.
Now, when I ask my person,
I
say,
me how?
Because look at my documents. Sam, look at my documents.
Because we did a chair.
Sam, look at my documents.
Insurance most of these utility companies need to stay afloat, no?
There be my headline and my chief.
Oh, there be some utility tariff to go up in July.
Thank you very much.
I just said, but me no di anymore. No, I'm here. Na insure use electricity use no nebo no air bar cost. That's according to the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission. One of this has way about 2 eja. And they almost say a near mobile be jina so. Among my share say be our say utility no cost and I say I was say jina di jina na say was here this one. One of the key factors on be consider is customer satisfaction. My question, however, is how are they going to measure customer satisfaction?
Sami kasa radio so say 3 days only light in anyone.
How many people will even call and report? Sami Wafra reporting.
Me.
What is the definition of customer satisfaction? What is PURC's definition of customer satisfaction? Because look, near a utility companies, it depends on we the consumers. So consumers. If you are able to satisfy the customer well, now Abribia service now will provide a CPR. You coming to tell the customer, say, oh, Raymond, I want to improve on the services that I'm providing you. And to say no. New premiums are medeba amwetria enye. Now utria these new premiums are these are the added bonuses and as added service are medeba. If you do that, the customer will not do well. How can somebody, for example, ECG, somebody buys credit, me ametia, my talk credit for 2 months. Credit na mau.
But yatusika.
Yatusika. And you see the annoying aspect is that ECG does not have any algorithm. A bit me revert sikano back into your momo. When you use the app, and if ECG is listening to me, when you use the ECG app, they don't have any system. I bet me I if even a delay, maybe even with this Obama platforms, you know, also send this car. Now say over a period once this scanner will come back into your system. ECG does not have that on their app.
But wait, to be fair to ECG, medium system are using.
Any
system I'm using. So me talk na say bar. Omo mama e saying messenger. There's a code in it. Me bogu madine so pem. Na afa.
Who use MBH? Who use MBH meter me kwa?
Me nim but
MBH meter na we use.
Say app na we.
And na me be at MBH meter na we use no. And I make catch say, in my experience, I bought credit. I was even here and I make catch say I bought credit for some time. Credit no my yes, and I called several times. They even immediately I called Bia the person there will mention my name. And they know what I'm talking about.
I'm a Nkofokra Koto prepaid shops no mpo. Almost network.
Almost network no. Network was down.
Network down.
How do you use MBH? Now pa and you see I'm a light off. Then your meter trips. And it takes about one full dance and a meter no. Walk restart to build dinner key 00 hash 00 hash a mother. Ghana Water Company. Mo sorry, I no to pipe tap. Nobody announces anything, and people will be scampering around for water.
Oh, but recently when they
Big Sam, they
put a statement out there.
And it's not always.
Well,
I must know it's not always.
Maybe it is the media that may not.
It's not about media.
Because for me, most of the releases they do, I get.
Sammy, it's not about media. And another Raymond can say there are certain minute and number one, every single house we have a comua or day a year a yibeko hobiano. So we didn't depend number meboa. Who depend contact? Meboa. What happens to a bulk messaging?
Right.
To prompt the person say, oh, from 16th to 20th, your water will be off. Intinipano plans in life based on the information or their money panel. But onipano will have suddenly now betifie now you're facing sanitation challenges because you don't know where to get water. You know, there are some areas that say you do pipe, people would have to call for tanks to bring water.
Yeah.
So if your customers are not satisfied with the services that you're providing, how do you then come and tell the public, say, oh, we are ECG, and I say electricity, we are Ghana Water Company Limited. We want to upwardly adjust.
How do you go and tell PURC this? For PURC to be jumping about telling us that we are coming to
you are coming to upwardly adjust. No, the point is being built from the angle. So you see, look, let's improve on the services that they provide. Me, I am still skeptical as to how PURC will measure customer satisfaction. Right. And the percentage to the customer satisfaction so to determine whether to increase or to let the tariffs remain at where they are.
You see, the behavior of PURC is almost like the rubber stamp whatever the utility providers have brought.
And that's worrying.
Let me explain to you why.
And the forum no mobile, Sammy, me party forum no mobile. Is it open to the public? They
must open it to the public
to make our input. Isn't it also right, say, before answer no forum way no? They go to some civil society organizations like Kofi Kapito, because they receive a lot of complaints on some of these utility providers, and also find out data from them as to how customers have been complaining about some of these utility providers, and then factor it into whatever it is that they do.
Even the representation of customers, some of us are beginning to. We are having problems with the representation.
We're inviting about submission, man.
No, but
it's an issue. It's an issue. It's an issue.
So for what you are doing that? No editor.
No, Sammy. Sammy, Mami, 2 minutes. Sammy, just 2 minutes.
Mama, 2 minutes. It's
yeah,
57.
Thank you.
Until by 9.
Sammy,
by 8. By 8. No worry.
The behavior of the PURC with this statement on Modia Basse utility tariffs to go up, no, it's shocking to some of us. Look, this is PURC telling us that they have received proposals from utility providers.
But that's the norm all the time.
They have started looking at it.
They need to change it.
Sammy Nyabotre, they have started
received proposals from the public as well.
Sammy, they have started looking at it. They will engage experts and stakeholders. Send a beya, ombe who say, Kesa, utility providers in the other two no, ombe fan or mofa. Sammy, even before the utility providers come and defend Omukesa Omodeba before you know. You PURC, executive chair, you are telling us that.
You've already given a verdict.
By the time you finish analysis, you announce tariff increment in July. What is the meaning of that? Sammy, you are now assessing the documents that have been put before you.
But
you are now going to engage, but you have concluded, say you are going to increase. Sammy, you see, this goes to tell me, say, the PURC, which is supposed to be in the interest of both the utility provider and the consumer, has already taken a position on this matter. So they are clearly going to rubber stamp whatever the utility providers have brought. But some of the questions we're asking ASA. If the ECG is posting a debt and a diomo of 2.3 billion Ghana cedis, obviously, like the energy minister said, it will affect their business. Shouldn't the ECG be concerned about collecting these monies? 2, if Ghana Water is telling us that they are losing 938 million Ghana cedis,
coins were three.
Shouldn't they be concerned about finding these monies to boost their business operations? Because today you are telling us that you are going to review cost of ECG, cost of water and electricity, because of cost of production, cost of fuel, exchange rate, or say investment. Just say somebody investment shame. But I mean clearly, you have not found a way to block the loopholes in your business, but you want us to pay more. So PURC, if indeed they are interested in the customer side of the argument or the customer side of the bargain, PURC shouldn't even be telling us about increment. PURC should even be telling us their position on what take say. They are not even going to allow the utility providers to even attempt to put a peswa on any of the fees we are paying. So I mean, Unim say COVID-19 by in the wisdom of the government, in the wisdom of the president, he said, look, and when we hear about Ghanaians, let me subsidize water and electricity for them. Now, COVID, no, and young come Russia, Ukraine, Ghanaians are still dealing with the ravages. Two issues now, they by economy. No. Now, utility providers need here. This is the best time, together with PURC or Kwakwaya rubber stamp. No. This is the best time they feel say they have to inflict more wounds on Ghanaians.
All right.
This is clearly unfair, and that is why I'm saying that on more customer side of the PURC, we have to look at that representation again properly, because it looks like they are not even seeking an interest anymore.
Yeah, Medo Asano pay for beautiful submission. So we Supreme Court and our submission. No, meaning. So one why practice will feel no better than 100% your submission and it is minimum, but me do ask for submission. Mean to me and can be because say for them kwa anyway when Yamado agent meaning
oh
mean to me and can be for some time now. Wo and a baby am in the show 70-30 no watch 30 na my for 15-15. There's somebody but yankasa for more than 3 weeks. Yeah, but now we say 70-30. Now friends Fati assume 15-15. Fati be fa 10, ma fa 20 na ka. Now they are balance. But bend then. But o haircut didn't. E jemu. I dey to ho. I know na channel. You see who the cap fits no. Let him wear. Me see how many show come na me ko cast o. No edidija. Mr. Cosby free here for what's the name message so I didn't know make the DJ who asem radio any TV so now they make kana asem one oh Mr. Cosby mean to me and can asem radio TV so Debbie and you have send a message so any the DJ make no waja one Ghana there mama
so musa
but better situation
so I mean anyway PURC should come again.
Well, I think that the points are what you guys have said, and there isn't really any reason for me to belabor the points that you have made. I mean, for the PURC to determine already, before the consultative dialogue,
then what's the essence of even listening to their case?
Unless the paper is reporting wrongly.
No, but their quotes.
Their quotation.
Their quotes. And you can't tell me the Ghanaian Times is quoting wrongly. Or it's not Ghanaian Times. Daily Guide is also, I mean, a big platform. You can't tell me that they are quoting wrongly. But that's just by the way. So far, and no, only way Momoka said and Amoba, you would want to try and dissect
what is wrong.
What is wrong?
The Senate says, you figure out a co-cancer.
Hold on.
I know better daftily
into what is wrong.
Okay. What is wrong?
I'm saying Isaac will video no.
Yeah.
And he men come once MP. One more embo video in for mine. One more boy nothing no.
Yeah.
Isaac Faiko.
But the world survived. So we believe that we'll survive. And it's an important part that businesses believe that they will survive. And unfortunately, we are in a situation where the macroeconomics are a bit tricky. Never mind what they go to parliament to say. It is tricky. The world is in chaos right now. I mean, I just came from a long trip through a couple of countries, and I can still tell you that it's not easy anywhere. It's not easy at all anywhere. And then what happens? Just when we thought that we were getting over COVID and everything was okay, they had to have a fight in Russia and Ukraine, which has then plunged the world into another set of parameters, chaotic parameters. Today, as we're speaking, we are on the verge of a global food crisis. A lot of people are not even aware. I mean, a friend of mine called me from Nigeria and said, common bread, we can't even get bread to eat. And that's why. Apparently, they import almost all their wheat from either Russia or Ukraine. So these are the things that we need to understand, that when we want to boost confidence in our business, we ought to be very sensitive to some of the things that happen. The other is a conducive regulatory system, and we've spoken about it. What policies does government have? And I dare say that recently we have some very transformative policies. At least we've created an ecosystem for transformation of our economy, from the export of raw materials to value added and industrialization, and so a policy like the 1D1F came about, enhancing agriculture through the planting for food and jobs. But the most transformative policy that we've had in this country, personally for me, since independence, is a free senior high school policy. Why? Because in the medium term, the minimum education of the average Ghanaian will be high school education. And that is critical for transforming any economy. If you look at the history of economic transformation, most of them started because they decided to spend a lot.
Well, Raymond, Sifa, what TV is your grant?
Yeah.
Sifa, we found Shasi.
I can't say be but I wouldn't say right. We on fact sheet.
Yeah.
I think that a portion of this particular issue was discussed on fact sheet yesterday, and if you listen closely to the economists that we engaged, renowned economists that we engaged, Professor Lord Mensah and Dr. Adu Uzakode, all of University of Ghana, and someone normal cannot quite clear, particularly Professor Lord Mensah was making mention of food crisis. No, say Ubusa and they say what is the direct link between the war that is going on in Ukraine and Russia, the impact it is having on our economy. And we gave data. This data corroborated by international agencies actually say, yes, indeed, wheat and every Ukraine and Russia. And now, here, more Ukraine and Russia, and you're to the part to the beer. Ghana as a said that even the trade volume between Russia and Ghana is not even up to $200 million. Yeah. But you see, this is the point. We are in this country and we introduced a lot of interventions all aimed at revolutionizing the economy. Say, yeah, my economy not in so, and the focus was on agriculture, mechanizing agriculture, making agriculture to go into. I remember there was a time the agric minister was saying that we were going to woo a lot of young individuals into agriculture. We know that agriculture is key in a lot of economies across the globe. The point, however, the question, however, we should be asking ourselves as we speak now, and indeed, if you figure out about food crisis, a looming food crisis in the country, the question then will be planting for food and jobs, you know. Ecosystem, because we've sunk in a lot of sika into planting for food and jobs. Ecosystem. Again, you realize it from planting for food and jobs over the period. How much value has that added to our export from this country? how much value? I mean, Minka said there hasn't been any value, but how much value, and how substantial is that value? Boy, I'm raking in a more sika from outside on a near ma day, the kwam on a cocoton this one. If indeed, say planting for food and jobs, and I am re-echoing the concern made by Dr. Adu Uzusakode. So if indeed Senka ye share a planting for food and jobs here, and Kagana will not be here thinking about food crisis. Because it's been 5 years. And tell me what it is like to go to the market to go and buy food products. With the advent of the implementation of that particular policy, tell me how it is. The grains, how much do you buy them on the market? Sometimes, and it dovetails into the questions as to why we are where we are. Sometimes when we mention about the structure of our economy over a long, I'm not saying I'm an expert in economics. When we speak about the structure of our economy over a long period of time, we've been hitting on, let's focus on value addition. Yemfa bibi kakra enka enema na ye no raw materials na ye nya free oman mu no. Yemfa bibi kakra enka ho se de be betimi di kodwaman so a ne bo no betimi akosoro. Over a period of time, have we been doing that? We are in this country. We've been mining gold since the late 1800s.
I number the China from Kakana Opoto.
Me pacho mate. Ya tu a yesika oko wo man mu. Since 1800 so. Since 1800 crop ba ko a ya tu gold was so pa wo man mu e yo boase. The time I started commercial gold mining e wo boase. It was the same time na I check a commercial gold mining na say around 1890s e wo ye South Africa growing am refiding Joburg. It was the same time. And then look at how the South African people etumi enya akwanya ayusi eye wom agudie no anu omo wo ehya asase no omo wo no to develop their country. Kona koye oboase. Ko yen nyina be pacho oboase pictures wo afato so na manfo ye oboase. O ko ho akọ tai kwan ya tutu okura ye tusika kokko wo so. And the leaders omombedi yanim no obi ani ho a oboa yen. What was the percentage of local participation in all of these sectors? All of these sensitive areas local participation and no it's saying say oil meboa. Oil no Ghana nya emu it's less than 15%.
Mami interrupt you for a second. You share say whether what pertains in Ghana pertains in other regions as well, other countries as well in the sub-region. Na afine yentwasu Mark Liodo, as a journalist in Nigeria, as to how this Ukraine-Russia war is impacting them. Would like to have an idea, because some time back there were some stories that were trending busily on social media as to the quantity of rice Nigeria has cultivated, which had been heaped like, how do you call them, Egyptian pyramids. Are they serving any purpose at all? Over the years where Nigeria virtually has been trying to protect its local industries with some level of protectionism, how is Nigeria performing with the Russian-Ukraine war? Mark, good morning and thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, thanks for asking. How about you too, Mark?
By His grace, I'm doing well. How is Ghana this morning?
Ghana is doing well. We are hoping for the best. I'm hoping things are different in Nigeria.
we give God the glory. At least we're pushing as a people.
All right. So give us the situation in Nigeria. COVID-19, virtually now we can simply say post-COVID-19, though we still know what is happening in China. and the Ukraine-Russian war. How is it impacting on Nigeria?
Thank you very much, and good morning to our beautiful listeners. The global economies in recent times will quite agree with ourselves that there have been issues here and there with various countries attributing some of their problems or situations to the Russian crisis and probably we say the post-COVID era. And while some of us do our analysis from very objective prisms, we still want to believe on what some of the bookmakers as well do propound or say. As for the post-COVID era, it was a tough one, or it's been a tough one for most nations around the world, with Nigeria and Ghana inclusive. Then before we talk of the Russian-Ukraine war. Now, the Nigerian situation with the post-COVID era, we want to say that one area that one would have cried much was if Nigeria had not planned adequately prior to that era by going into making sure that they grow what they eat. When the president came up with that policy, at some point, some of us criticized them. We felt the policy was not going to yield any result, not even knowing that coronavirus was going to hit the world at that time. And when it happened, then Nigeria had already stopped appreciably, not completely. Nigeria had appreciably stopped importation of foreign rice to Nigeria from Thailand and the rest by giving out loans to local farmers, stakeholders in the industry to making sure they grow rice to a very large extent. Fortunately and unfortunately, when the pandemic hit, when the virus issue came, and it became difficult for even countries to import things or export and all of that, what was grown in back home was what the country fell back on to survive to a very, very large extent. I can say this for a fact because I came into the country at about that period. The rice pyramid you saw in Abuja, was true. I went there, I covered the exhibition at that time because there were this school of thought that beneath it would have been sticks. Then on top of it, they will pack rice. I personally did undercover work and still did real coverage of the rice program when they were evacuating the produce from that place. And I realized that indeed, they were pyramids. They were rice well packed. And this cut across the country. If Nigeria had not thought wise by going into that production, as at the time the pandemic came, a bag of rice in Nigeria would have gone as far as 50,000 or 100,000 naira. Because the cost of everything went high, the dollar exchange rates became so alarming, everything so terrifying and annoying. But because the local rice they had farmed in excess or a lot at that time, that really cushioned the economy, the situation at the time, and it was a good one. But in the whole, still, we can't say the rice alone solves the problem. Not only rice, they grew other farm products that really help cushion the situation. However, like I said again, that would not make me categorically say that all was well in Nigeria. No, all wasn't. A lot of things were complaints here and therefore there would always be complaint. But the point that the complaint would have gotten to, the proactiveness of government in those policies in trying to protect the indigenous, our own local industries, especially in the agro sector, did really help when that time of pandemic.
All right, now let's shift to another very important matter, which has to do with
everything together.
Hello, Mark.
Many economic. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mark. I was making the point for want of time. I was going to ask about the issue about fuel prices and the complaints we hear from our friends, our brothers in Nigeria, that's a big, huge oil producing country like Nigeria, and yet fuel is a matter of concern when it comes to even powering generators for your homes.
No, I don't think totally saying fuel is a matter of concern would be relatively unfair to Nigeria, to the system. I will say that there was a point they had issues with supplying PMS, right? There was a point it lasted for like 1 month, like 4 to 6 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And that happened as a result of decline. No, there was contamination in a supply of fuel that came at a particular time. And when those fuels were supplied to generate to cars and all of that, it causes damage. So the government knew, getting the information so early, withheld those particular supply that came. And it's already a known fact that Nigeria is one country that they have oil in large quantity, but their capacity in terms of refining the oil to their usage has been underutilized. That has been, some of their refineries are not working to full capacity, right? Some of their refineries are not working to full capacity, thereby causing some of these problems. Afterwards, after like about 6 weeks afterwards, the government brought in more PMS. And if you go to our filling station, I just left the filling station now. If you go to our filling station now, there are no more queue. But at that time, the price of fuel went to as much as 250 naira, which was more of a black market sales. And you know, Nigeria often enjoy fuel subsidy. That fuel goes for 160 naira, 170 naira official rate, which will be about, let's say, 1 Ghana cedi, 90 pesos, if I'm not mistaken, for a liter of fuel in Nigeria. But at that point, it went to like 250 naira, which will be approximately 3 Ghana cedis per liter. You understand? So, and it's really, it became scary. It was alarming, and it was news all over because they were not really used to it. They've enjoyed subsidy. Nigerians have enjoyed subsidy all their lives, so they always want it to be like that. Sometimes we make comparative analysis and look at how it's obtainable in other countries. You would see that it's far cheaper here because they are enjoying subsidy. And government is feeling the heat because the money that goes into subsidy too, it's massive. I think that's the situation. But with the coming of Dangote refinery, which we believe in the last quarter of this year,
Hello, Mark. All right, it looks like our connection to Mark's line has given up on us. Let me put it that way. I'm sure we don't understand when, as soon as you're having these conversations via the very popular network we all know. But Mark was sharing with us some insights from Nigeria so as to, you know, put the conversation in context if we're doing comparative analysis between us and our sister nation, Nigeria. I don't know whether, Sifa, you'd want to land before I go to Raymond.
Big Sam. Sometimes some of these comparative analysis do not work. You see, you have different economic structures in different states. Said you're more asset money or money. Do you know that you are near in Nigeria as compared to Ghana? Very cheap.
Yeah.
Very cheap.
Refinery.
When you said you are near full.
Yeah.
And when they come to when we have friends coming from Nigeria to Accra, Rebo will attest to that. They complain of how expensive you're living, no, and sometimes they praise us for the fact that we are able to even cope. What do I say?
So, if let me sign off properly, okay. Mark, and then I'll come back to the studio. Mark, so you
like I was saying, I said with the coming of Dangote's refinery, which will be fully functional in the last quarter of this year, the issue of PMS would have, the problem of PMS would have been solved. The government do no longer want export crude and be importing PMS again because they will be buying it from their own local refineries here in Nigeria, owned by a private investor, individual, Alhaji Aliko Dangote. You understand? So I believe the complaints are there. The complaints will always be there. But realistically, looking at it, you will see that it's not how probably sometimes we project it. Sometimes there are political undertones to some of our cries, but some of us will not fall for that. We would look at it holistically professionally and apply ethics to analyzing and discussing these issues, because sometimes we do comparative analysis. The issues are there, problems are there, things are not that very easy, or it has not always been, but not as they make it look.
All right.
That's the truth.
Mark, I'll thank you for joining me this morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
And that's Mark Leodo, journalist in Nigeria, sharing with us the issue about the possibility of food crisis, food shortage across the world and Africa for that matter. Sifa, we have just 6 minutes.
Some 6 minutes.
So if I wrap up in a minute and let me give the 5 minutes to the talkative.
Sammy, I'm saying, say, anyone can say you do have, we'll be speaking about we being worried about food shortage. Because it's not as if you're living on an arid land. You're living on a land that Brunei kind of fecundous. As a assassin bibi abe was biano, a bit me a ye. A bit me a ye. You saw
what man?
Fecundous. Fecund.
Fecundous.
Fecundity.
What's the cumdus there? Yeah, go.
What did your kind? The federal government of Nigeria took a bold step to cut the importation of rice by giving loans to farmers who had the capacity to grow local rice. Are we doing the same thing in Ghana?
They're planting for food and jobs.
Planting for what food and jobs? How many jobs has that particular policy provided? Let the agric minister come and tell us, Ghanaians, how many jobs that particular policy has provided.
So you were not in this country last year when the poultry farmers were telling you the abundance of maize and how it's helping boost their local industry.
And the same poultry farmers are today crying for grains, maize in Ghana, and they are crying for wheat. The same poultry farmers. And you know last 3 days was that the buy a press statement said if government does not intervene, as embassy or my
yo, mama,
Sammy,
for
the avoidance of doubt, Mr. Yofi Grant a statement where he sought to run to Nigeria to do a comparison. I just want director on 1 minute no. On boss side the payment.
$5 Ghana.
Nyabotre. Mpesa me tie sa part ni ye. Just you figure grand statement. So just that part or do code do Nigeria no. Yembo na me tie bibi.
Believe that will survive, and it's an important part that businesses believe that they will survive. And unfortunately, we are in a situation where the macroeconomics are a bit tricky. Never mind what they go to parliament to say. It is tricky. The world is in chaos right now. I mean, I just came from a long trip through a couple of countries, and I can still tell you that it's not easy anywhere. It's not easy at all anywhere. And then what happens? Just when we thought that we were getting over COVID and everything was okay, they had to have a fight in Russia and Ukraine, which has then plunged the world into another set of parameters, chaotic parameters. Today, as we are speaking, we are on the verge of a global food crisis. A lot of people are not even aware. I mean, a friend of mine called me from Nigeria and said, common bread, we can't even get bread to eat. That's why. Apparently, they import almost all their wheat from either Russia or Ukraine. So these are the things that we need to understand, that when we want to boost confidence in our business, we ought to be very sensitive to some of the things that happen. The other is a conducive regulatory system.
For the avoidance of doubt, fact check, Nigeria does not import all its wheat from Nigeria, from Russia or Ukraine.
Yeah.
It is not correct. Nigeria imports 17% of our wheat from some part of Europe. The rest, United States of America, Canada, Argentina, Latvia, and Lithuania. That fact is wrong. But you see, Sammy, Yofi Grant sought to delve into a realm. Metiasia say Nigeria, and Ontina Nigeria into Ontiasia. Sammy, do you know that as far back as late 2020 into early January 2022. Now cost of bread, pasta, semolina. Now cost of Nigeria. You know why? Because now importation no draws. They were heavily relying on imports of wheat in any amount. Now cost of freight no real. Importers no real. Cost of freight. And coupled with the fact say now they had to buy dollars at 20% more than central bank rates. It was affecting the flour business. And even before we even started dealing with this Russia-Ukraine matter, they were already having their own issues with wheat and the flour and sensei. Ultimately, so if today Nigerians are complaining about price of bread, Mr. Yofi Grant, have you bought bread in Ghana recently? Has he bought bread in Ghana recently? Look, I mean, even we, that we've enjoyed bread at a certain level for a long time, you want to mean top bread, eh? We can buy bread. You see, that is why sometimes when we want to do this type of comparisons, because two countries, Nigeria and Ghana, we are operating in different models. Ultimately, that is why let me perceive me tears apart. I wanted to be sure of what I had. And I'm saying Bobio. So I'm moving on. We've come back to the excuse of Russia-Ukraine war, COVID, Russia-Ukraine war. COVID.
Why do you describe it as an excuse when it is a reality?
Oh, Sammy, you see.
No, for a country, please relax. For a country, okay, which does business with Russia to the tune of a little over $200 million. Yesterday we realized the importation of Russian products into this country is around 120 million.
170.
Yes, let's say 120 million. How much we export is around 70-something million.
78.
Yes, around 78 million. So, obviously, it would affect. For instance, Ukraine. If you check yesterday, and as my producer for Fact Sheet, you gave me some data as to the tons of steel. What was the other metallic substances that they buy? From Russia and Ukraine.
So
how can we not?
Sammy pause at steel.
Yes.
Were we not in this country? You see, when Sefa Dankwa went to a company here in Ghana, they are supposed to produce steel. They even not touted on more achievements. Say a ban in West Africa,
yeah.
Steel production. Importation, exportation. And so, by virtue of the fact, say, drum 1D, 1F, even volumes of steel on produced in the crampo. You're better self-sufficient. Say, for me, boy.
True.
B5 plus. So today, Sammy, you are telling me again that because of Russia-Ukraine war, still a big problem. No, you see, no. You see, let's deal with the markets.
One second.
Something that was supposed to cure this mischief.
You see, you just made a very important point about how they are not just serving the Ghanaian community, but they are serving the West African community.
Of course.
What you say?
Yeah.
No. So if they are serving the West African community, you should not expect to say, let's say they do 90% production. That 90% production is not for Ghana alone.
No, but
you must admit to say the production from B5 Plus cannot, even if it's not serving West Africa, cannot just meet Ghana's demand alone.
Sammy, the claim was that
the kind of
it had so much more to meet their demand than even meet West Africa.
Well, that is the statement somebody has made.
No. Based on empirical evidence.
Based on empirical evidence, based on data. They say they are not even operating at full capacity.
Yes.
And one of the reasons that they were not, as of that time, operating at full capacity was the fact that electricity was an issue.
Yes.
So let me ask the two of you.
So today, don't come and tell me again. No, I'm saying that.
Do we import steel?
You see, this importation of steel.
So even if B5 Plus is producing, let's say, 70% of our steel we use in this country, and you're importing the 30%, obviously there is a 30% that is going to be affected by the fight between Ukraine and Or
that imported component is not even the cheaper one. And no point the cheaper one.
Well, I honestly don't know that market.
That is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know that market.
Let's stay with steel. No, Sam, you cannot tell me today that when we've created the necessary environment for somebody to help us solve our steel import problems, Nippon deliver. Today, we can run back and say, oh, we are importing steel into Nemamoyedi. Ukraine fight now, steel importation is a problem. No. You see, that's what I'm saying. That you see, when we continue giving the excuse now, some of us, no, they're laughable, because we are pretending or we are making Ghanaians believe, say, indeed, we are solving the problem as far as the industrialization drive near concerned. Behind the scenes, we are again solving our problems as far as food security is concerned. Behind the scenes, we are weeping that, oh, Russia, Ukraine, into food security, a problem is threatened. I mean, look. We cannot continue that. We can't continue like that. That's what I'm saying. That it's excuses.
So no, they are not excuses. I disagree with you when you say they are not excuses.
Because you see, in one breath, you tell me you are solving the problems to make us self-sufficient.
Do we have wheat? Do we have wheat? Do we produce wheat in this country?
Sammy?
Not that I know.
Do you know that?
Do we produce wheat in this country?
50% of Ghana's wheat. The Krafi Canada bar.
Yeah.
Well,
but today we are shouting. We are shouting. Say Russia, Ukraine eating wheat. Russia, Ukraine eating wheat. You see, Sammy, let's not hide behind this.
Let's not hide behind Russia.
Let's not hide behind the numbers.
No.
Let's not hide behind this. The numbers don't prove so.
When you have streams of getting a product, there's a reason why somebody is importing from Canada.
Of course. There's
a reason why somebody is importing from Russia. The person who is importing from Russia serves a certain market. Now, are we saying that the war in Ukraine and Russia, with what the EU is doing with respect to embargoes and sanctions that is being put on Russia, is not affecting what the percentage, that 120 million worth of wheat that we are importing into this country, it doesn't affect that?
But I'm not pretty sure Africa or Ghana has placed any embargo.
No, Ghana hasn't.
And
no, Ghana hasn't.
In as much as
so
the
you know that
EU to Russia, so not to trade with its European counterparts. Russia will inadvertently find.
Trading with you.
A man for fraud between Edida. Yeniha ena omo gas na almost your name for EU. Latvia is crying as we speak now. There are other European countries that are crying as we speak now because omunya niemana omunya every Russia as we speak. And they ACN say Russia is finding new trading partners. And
we are part.
You are part. Exactly. You are even at. You
guys are just looking at the product.
No,
you guys are just looking at the product wheat.
You see,
Sammy, you are at an advantageous position as we speak.
Production of wheat has not halted in Russia. Production of wheat has not halted in Russia.
Hold on.
To even get more from Russia.
Hold on. You know, there are companies, lots and lots of European companies that have virtually stopped doing business with Russia.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Now, relax. The product wheat itself, at the end of the day, after its production, payment has been made by the Ghanaian businessman. It has to be brought to Ghana.
Yes.
No be so.
Yes.
Do we know the number of European, liners that were plying that trade of the Russian Ghanaian line, who, as a result of what is happening between Russia and the West or Europe, may at the moment not be trading the way they are trading.
And,
which will obviously...
That's also an advantage for other...
No.
Other
you are looking for... You are looking for a shipping line.
We're not in that particular area.
You are looking for a shipping line. We are looking for... Let me... For want of... Maersk. What I say?
Yes.
And now, for all these Ghanaian businesses, they used to cut one wheat from Russia to Ghana. Maersk decides to withdraw their services. Which liner are you using? Before those arrangements are made.
China and India.
You see, it is only costing you more. It is only costing you more to have your freight come this way.
Yeah,
that's all. But otherwise, they are coming.
Sure.
You see, that's what I'm saying.
I disagree with you guys totally.
Sammy, look,
the Russian-Ukraine war has affected, it has impacted on us.
Really?
Heavily, yes.
Sammy?
No,
Russia.
Sammy adds heavily.
Yes, of course. Of course.
This matter of fertilizer. Russia, as we speak. One of my very good friends. Or producing Russia. Today. Still.
Or producing Russia.
Or producing fertilizer. They are still producing fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
The only problem, they say, the cost has gone up slightly. Fertilizer is coming.
But the quantum or the quantity is still there.
This issue of Russia.
Come final breaking. Beba. Na many penyifo no bi endi another nkomo but mo no if you ochineko no
Mazipin,
I'll put you in your place. The two of you.
Samuel
Ochineko.
Sammy, don't forget that you are the host of this show.
If say you free Russia cry.
Me I can't talk.
The host of this show.
You don't know about the Gagas will not be here again.
The Happy on Wheels Caravan is on the move. Come join us as we bring radio to your doorstep. This Friday, 29th of April 2022, join Happy FM as we pitch camp with HD Plus at Abosilkai, Kofata Motors to transmit our programs live from your community. From Happy Sports in Sempi to Epawada Bang. Meet some of your favorite presenters, the HMS crew, Ohini Brinya, Wafodia Sempa, Freaky Joe, Okocha, Nyansa Buakwa, Kwabna Buafo, Adjane, Dom Pra Jr., the Don himself, Sefa Dankwa, Kwame Frimpong, OBDJ, Aisha, KB Amanone, Samiado, Emmanuel Bwedi, the Nigerian Boga, and our amazing pundits on your cherry shows. So meet us there and have an immersive and feely radio experience. Make a date this Friday, 29th of April from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Abosokai, Kofata Motors. Happy on Wheels is sponsored by HD Plus, your HD experience partner for Happy on Wheels, Happy FM, and Nijenkwa.
Yes, I'm in far and check I say Emma Kwame Damte, baby, I will be no nipo send me text message in some can't just Sammy Anyabia and a pearl director no Bibia Kumuana. Kwame, we and chia a day a brewer a day a mouth a watch the honum Bibia Kumua, maybe and some so and a pay. Oman for and many opinion be and a tea studio hanum say. Untai in home penny for no a year set so but on by redomody at the amount for some of Sometimes I go me catch them for me government now. Open you back on church on Krata at the amount for. And a program come sa if I know Elwood Mante or your programs manager Emma Happy 98.9 FM. I'll come and sa and a pet menino Edin Como. El, good morning.
Medawa I say good morning.
Bibia wako de.
And
Sunny Besha interview national. So we can come and chassis.
Then I was in Krata actually no.
I how the trip.
Me start to hire.
Trip come na amount.
Nedi can make us Medawa say at least one may be our government name.
Yes, of course. Remember we are a
government name.
Cause become money post from the government name.
On
obey operations on there making sure say we are
okay.
Get it done, my friend. And say you man na cause be. Yeah. Nti annual book a krata bako. Na me fama Kwame Dam to which the honum.
What's the bibia ko mama no ho.
But krata mama na me fama no. But it's good to have you in the studio.
Yeah, great to see you.
Yeah, who they are happy on views. But for your tea for near for what's the reason behind Happy on Wheels here? Kasi Happy on Wheels
Okay, Sammy, Happy on Wheels, akwenya yede ma yetie for na wetumi ene abwa na nante our radio so. Me kind of sani amicheni. We want to give our listeners an immersive radio experience. On set radio ni interactive radio. No ye ma ho kwan ma wa frɛ na wa kyerɛ wadwen. Ni immersive radio. And you are part of the production process. It's obeba ye beba community mu ye ma akwenya na ne atena ne edi nkomo na ene ne ye nti ye de ye studio de bibia e community nim na afi ye ne mo aye radio na album.
It's radio to the people. The microphone is yours.
Exactly.
Now this one for Happy on Wheels in the nchase ya ne say yentina ha na yen kwan yen kaya dwene. Ye the microphone so na ebramo. Na mo so no ma ekoso elmo potamu ampese mo ka ho asem no. Be de bremo a mo so maka mo dwene. Na ye ko he with your next Happy on Wheels project?
Yeah, Abosu Kai.
I didn't think you
won't say, what would you happy if man say, would be happy if mention, who say, Bosumi Biano, your community bimu, near Yoma Kodinsa was so. Now, it you sue Abosu Kai as part of them, as I say, in himself one son, Abosu Kai for no war, and semi show more person with the home common. Any community nimuno so one semi hold on person omni e di home common. Into a send your back of Pichi and camp no. Na fe ye ni omo esa interaction no nti ye ni omo in the year program no aside omo no community ni won so one around ni nyina so beti me den aba ye ni omo din sa so program no so
yo anti bacho da be yan kasa
if I you on the 29th Friday
if you are
there ni me ya ni ye ko
okay all right anti ayesa na let us say you could do honum na se aboso kan for na enoma boy din amomo anase ye nto ade mobomo akwanya no amoma be kasa
omo chairman nan kasa kra ba be kasa omo nti omo nyina beba senior problem nti bia no wo me kan kire na mudi Ukraine ne Russia Hong Kong say affect economy ni ade nti se eno ne saa ombeka ni maboy de ombeka se no matoto omo ni mamu afa obi beto ade ni me so expect looking at the trend say omotumi chain ni nyina mu na omanfo nso ehu saa ni nyina
na me share advert no ye born no TV no so it say mobobo amanfo we ready is it to say so omo nyina be wo honum bia na
obi e ba hobi ye presenters ni nyina
okay
e ba ho ye started with the sports show and we started with HMS now so stand the TV angle need to know you started with Happy Sports Happy Sports and same P so be so ho na fe e pa ho ada ben so ye de awie nti by 5 p.m. no ni ye wie ye interwantal na se nkita ho de ne omo ebenya e wo ho no no nti ye started anopa na brenya ne sports crew ni nyina odi asempa obi e ba ho won so be ba ho as I said the head of current affairs also ba behwe se niema bekoye when it comes to pa ho ada ben ene HMS crew no so e be ba ho nti Happy FM crew ni nyina in same P Reverend Nyansabo Akwa so beba on any team adwen ne Kwabna Boafo ye ko pa ho adabe a Don himself Sefa ene Frimpong won so beba nti team ni nyina na ye move akoho ene o makodi insa also
nti na say in same P nkomo aya wo mu edia asofo yi ba na insemo a emu hu ni nyina yekodi sankomo no
ho your special guest hold on so mo beba yetime di sankomo ni ye pa na etimi ye tiefo no
interesting nti ye share time ben
nti ye share at 9 a.m. nti ye set up ni the baby bia ho no panity 9 a.m. the senior program started with Happy FM so 9 a.m. na 9 a.m. pepe ni a share sports ase e wo ho na fe ye de ato aso akosi 5 p.m.
obi be ka say senior ya na sports ho nsensem no ejetimi ba mu no we will provide security be kakra na
you security dey be provide be police for bebo ho internal security for so ebe ho nti police presence there ho powerful safety nti wa beba ho bia no we are sure say safety ni there ho pa
COVID-19 is in free mu and this is mo hye beba
hye wo ho ye wo niema ye dey sisi ho ade be wo hye wonsa na ade do say enye compulsory sell be hye no ye advice say obetimi a hye o nose mask dey aba
okay, HD plus, and also
HD plus, and na asoyasene. You know, must pay. It's an say enyomo anka. Ye to me kodesa. Now, it's an say HD plus. No, host to a lot of television stations. Say ETV Ghana. Na o share HD plus o screen no. Niema hu oso no. Eye clean. Hu. Say any da wine. Na one no my mwa. Na ye ni omo eko Abosu kan na ne eniji wo HD plus on decoder and omo ton a host to TV channels decoder na ya sronko in the sense unim say sa decoder no utumi ye show na obetimi a pause they say ye kasa TV so ya obetimi a pause
really
obetimi a pause e bia want asema make and want bia
the Happy on Wheels
guy no one rewind it no one see TV na make we are to aso
wow
yes it you say we share football na when who go ni no wa pause no wa rewind no wa hwe goal so no we dey enye correct goal
interesting
yes inti omo sadiko de ya omo de ba abeda na di a che mo amopese moto from 170 Ghana cedis 150 Ghana cedis so benya bi ato enne ade a ye de ba inti no boabo sika no ye de bebre baba ho no abetobi decoder ultimate pause live video live TV now sign rewind in the dear let's say I want so kese pa
so when you see a PFU Hanuzia na wo to me but your tea head me to me
oh I salute you sir
your tea head me to me see I know I come 5 minutes 5 minutes in yendi Salafest food competition and wasem
all right Salah food competition no idea afibia ye na say Muslim for omo fasting ni we are nia ye ne say yenso ye ni omo ye cooking competition kama pa enti zongo communities no ye ni omo kabom no mo choose nkrofo agina omo anemu aba be cooking competition ni a chomade na afi we dey sronko since last year ye ma promise say ye dey achede sronko ahodo na ebeka ho na for Salah food festival competition na ye no ye community based first of all
okay
na we are the finals no so aisha so it's an say choose obi a obetime agina community na namu aba na kwan mess no ye fa so choose okay ye ba community nim na fe nipa teams be 4 and 3 ma compete na fe yi mu ba kwa we say won san no bo mo aduan na koyi pa na yi mo na fe mo ma stand for the community for the grand finale and the communities no and the musifo no na e ba be ye aduane no ano na fe ya choma de na ye wo 20,000 and over prices afoforo ebe wini na ntwe kese pa edaso what I said this year inti community ebe wini no
me to akotena zongo bi because of Salah food meet me to akotena zongo bi na ya ba
so uni maduane ne anko ade a
meet me team ni wini na what be my
ye be ma o na ntwe kese pa asia che osika ne achede pii aka ho
interesting and I was me copy a friend saying zongo bi na me de ho ko shi
bomodia na on the 14th of May
okay
ye ko kaswa how the year start first
okay
inti kaswa ne ye ko ne eni omo akodin san so
ehonso na me wo
ehonso na wo sa pepe inti ne ye ne se wo kaswa na opese wo de ho be dom anasa o register se opese wo gina kaswa name for the competition no ne abe ni penkrofo 2 kan ho inti a team of 3 wo kan ho na ye 3 no penkrofo 2 kan ho na mo register free
okay
and one say obeba happy fm anase mamema number we na fe wetimi afre number we na ofre number na ye umu bia no omo ebebo amane 0555 248 310 0555 248 310 any number obeti me afre mami sign team bio 0555 248 310 any number obeti me afre na waje mu nchire mu bia anase obeti me so afre number we so eho hia pass obe keep numbers no 0243 702 519 0243 702 519 any number so obeti me afre na wa register free and jisika bia no so offer so me pese me oni patu ka me ho me pese register me stand for bia kaswa ni mazongo fadama zongo bia wo bia no obetimi a join
ansa na ebe to so na yaje yen wrap up comments no yemfa video we embro man for we are near back to the studio near around here.
The Salah Food Fest competition is bigger this year. You can participate in the 2022 Salah Food Fest competition to win part of the 20,000 worth of prizes up for grabs, from amazing products to a big fat cow. The first stage is the intra-zongo competition stage, where you'll be selected out of 4 teams in your zongo after cooking your best meal to win the chance to represent your whole community in the final inter-zongo community competition. It is going to be big. Which zongo do you represent? Kaswa Zongo, Sabun Zongo, Fadama Zongo, Madina Zongo, or any other Zongo you represent, just join the train and register your 3-member team for free at the front desk of Happy 98.9 FM, Asylum Down, or call 0501-220-653 or 0243-702-519. The 2022 Salah Food Fest is sponsored by HD Plus, your HD Experience partner for the Salah Food Fest competition, Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix, and Royal Aroma Fortified Rice. The 2022 Salah Food Festival, Bafira.
Chief, yadi yankomo chishene eba na wiye no. Final words to your viewers, your listeners. Okay. Happy on Wheels and a Salah Food Festival.
All right. Inti me share a phone crying say send it be an momo modi en shy or abosi okay. 9 a.m. pepe ni share programs ni nyina ase. Ni ni jene say to say sports say ni be ma ho kwan ma listeners be omo new sports mu pa a join a panel no my discussion on sports.
Interesting.
Exactly. So but modi anabra hontem na fa ho bedom na fe what questions abetime you be ma ho kwan ma wetime share your opinion and your thoughts. Inti won't to okra we discuss here betime my microphone no we share your thoughts and I say when you discussing some you discussing. Inti me show be en crying say but modi anabra ho na yema enye fe. Yema enye fe.
Yo na ne me se mo fan krama abusun kan for say ye ba e beto ye pass no shock absorbers na jure ni nyina e beto opportunity enso e de ho ma say bia ye ba na say bia person e din sa wo so na ye bo no ma ho de ro e de ma wa Happy FM de ye tifo e do so na ye kwa chire papa sana pa utie morning show na Takra Day Cape Coast North by kind courtesy of your partners Nisim FM no your Bogatanga your Tamale your all the other regions are nyina no your bo no mo de ro ma onu say kwa chire yankasa enti enhia nyemepa ifiada will be there in our numbers, as we say. And Timobody said only Bishia. Yo, on that note, Yenshia, Nemepa or Chanapa for the Happy Morning Show.